I'm saying.
What's good? What is good to these boxing fanatics? What's popping, man? What's popping, everybody? Hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing better. I had COVID recently. That's why you ain't seen me in 2 weeks. COVID kicked my ass. Yeah, it kicked my ass. But I still moved in the process. I moved. I'm out, man. I'm out. I had to leave. I had to get better security. You understand? Now you got to get buzzed to get in my building, bro. For real. I had to get it. But I was sick as hell. I didn't do nothing but move. Barely went to work. Well, actually, I couldn't go to work, but at first, like, they told me that, like, when you get COVID now, they don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? They just be like, don't go to work for 5 days, and then the next 5 days, go to work with a mask and shit. And that's all fine and dandy, depending on what you do for a living. You know what I mean? So my job, even though I'm the boss, was like, nah, don't come here and affect us. So the people that I answered to was totally fine with me taking more than 5 days. So that's very well what I did while I moved in the process. But I'm feeling back myself, damn near 90% healthy, back healthy. I need to wash my hair, so I got it covered. I don't know how y'all do it with these hats, bro. Like, seriously, man. Like, funny shape head ass. I don't know. I don't know how men wear hats all day 24/7 and y'all be having the collage of hats and shit. I don't know how y'all do it. Yo, shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but yeah, COVID, man, it all depend on you. You know what I mean? I already have an irregular heartbeat. Got that from my daddy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when I like my oxygen level is something wrong with my oxygen level. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I stayed playing sports. It helped me out in a lot of ways when it came to my oxygen and all of that. So even when I was pregnant and I was having my daughter, they had to keep the oxygen mask on me the whole 15 hours. You know what I'm saying? through labor. So, I already know. I know what my issues are. That's why I ain't want to get COVID, but shit happens when you're working around, raggedy ass kids. Like, no, I'm just playing. But salute to everybody. Enough about myself. That was my explanation on why I haven't did the show in 2 weeks, though. No bullshit. I had COVID. But salute to everybody that's in the building. Salute to you, D-Man Jr., first up in the house. Salute to you. Salute. Merry Christmas. Well, I would say it's Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve. Salute to you, D1. Salute to you, Boxing Briefs. Just Boxing Talk is in the house, and TWT is in the house as well. Salute to you, Crush. What's good, Nice lives. I've been catching your lives early in the morning. See, I haven't been able to sleep. I've been sleeping during the day and then not been able to sleep at night, yo. So when I be up, I've been up recently at 5 a.m., 4 a.m., like it's nobody's business. But salute to you, Cal Coolidge. Salute. Definitely blessings to you, too. Jose Diaz, salute to you. What's good? Salute to you, Macadocious Mac of the South. Hope everything is good with you. Andre Noble, yo, you good people. Shout out to you for keeping it real. Shout out to you for recognizing and letting me know and sharing that, saying that information. Salute to you. Definitely appreciate you for coming through. Salute to you, Jay Cooley. What's good with you? What is good? Hope everything been good with you, Jay. I definitely appreciate your support. Definitely appreciate it. Brian King B, what is good with you? Merry Christmas Eve. Salute to you. Salute. Yo, the link is pinned in the chat. Yo, anybody want to come up here? Bruh, I'm not a mean person. I don't bite. This won't be the first time people's been on my live. It won't be the last. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, Album at LDTV. What is good with you, partner? What's popping? Salute to you, Tiz Frank. What's good, Tiz? Hope everything's good with you, too. And the Queen, salute to you, Miss Cuzzo is in the building. Salute to you, Miss Just Do. What's good with you? Hoping your I'm feeling great. Good enough to do this daggone live to get it. I need to cover 2 weeks worth of stuff, and I'm not even tripping. Like I haven't been paying much attention to what's been going on. When I was real sick for like 3 days, I ain't pay attention to shit. So I know I know it's gonna be a lot of things that I don't have written down that I do want to talk about. I'm just not gonna remember. So y'all gonna need to help me out in the chat for real. Salute to you, Shadow 979. Definitely appreciate you for coming by. It have been a little minute. Hope all is well with you too as well. Yeah. Yeah, man. Oh my goodness, man. And COVID, bro. Terrible. Salute to you, Willie Lowe. What is good with you? What's popping? Boxing and barbecue. What is good with you? What's up? Salute to you, Mike. What's popping with you? Nice hoodie. Yeah. I went to one of his fights. Well, yeah, I wish I could go to more of his fights, yo, depending on if you have some more on the East Coast, I'm definitely in the building. New York, Jersey, Maryland, don't matter. I'm in the building. I'm going. Salute to you, God body. Sean, what is popping with you? Definitely appreciate you for coming through. You need to build up your immune system again. I'm glad you're feeling better. Yeah. I'm in the process of doing that. You're right. Salute to you, Akello Nectar. What is good with you? Salute to you, Pimpin'. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you too, Kyle Will. Salute to you. Yo. Man, I'm glad I made Friday. I'm glad I went to work on Friday though, because if not, I wouldn't have got paid for the 10-day holiday that we got coming up. So I'm glad I might hit the link. Good, yo. Bet. I'm gonna be here for a little bit. I made sure I didn't go live. I didn't do nothing yesterday. I could have went live yesterday, but I didn't know the undercard had an undercard. I didn't know there was an under to the undercard. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't aware. Like I said, like I was spaced out for a few days. Like I wasn't paying attention to YouTube that much. Y'all probably didn't see me in chats or nothing. Like, bro, I was like, when it comes to me and my shit, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I'm a fan of boxing. I love boxing. I wanted to box for a living. That's why I like boxing so much. It's in me. Like, I like boxing. You understand what I'm saying? But when shit is the fan at home, it's fuck YouTube. Sorry. But that just is what it is. People think I'm an extremist, but bruh, I guarantee you they have more footage on whatever they think I'm extreme about. They have more of it than I do. They go live more than me. They make content about it more than I do, more than anybody. I don't make more content than on no particular fighter more than anybody else that y'all watch. You know what I'm saying? So, man, when it comes to shit that I got going on, man, YouTube boxing get pushed all the way down the line. You know what I'm saying? So when y'all don't see me, it's just because I got shit going on. I got shit going on. That's why when people come to me with the whole extreme, Gervonta Davis, like, bro, I'm born and raised in Maryland. If y'all was born and raised in wherever your favorite fighter is from, you would probably like him more. But, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody that came in the building, though. It's been for us since the baby. Yeah, bro. Like, it's so many other things more important. Like, I know I just feel, I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, this, when people come at YouTube content creators different than they come at people that don't make content. You know what I'm saying? I understand everybody has a page. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't make content, people tend to come at us differently. Because he is from Jersey and he's a Shakur fan, people come at him immediately because he's a Shakur fan, not knowing shit, really. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with myself. Because I'm a Tank fan, people used to come in my chat and I'll have a whole live or something about heavyweights and they'll come in this joint hating on Tank. Bruh, it's just, the thing is that it's not that serious to me. You know what I mean? I know for the same way about just not that. It's not that serious. As if it was, he would never miss a live, regardless if his child was sick or not. It's not that serious, bro. It's just not. You know what I mean? Like, Like, yeah, we're a fan, but do I want to argue with you about it? Nah, but I guarantee you can find some women and men on YouTube that is willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? But here just not the place for it, bro. Like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? These people is rich, and I've always said, and I said it recently too. Like, you know what I'm saying? If any of y'all really had $50 million in the bank, like right now, would y'all care about what people you never met said? Like, for real, you really wouldn't care. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying this shit forever. Like, bro, it's one thing to talk about boxing and even to argue about it, but it's another thing to argue about somebody's stature. That's not about boxing, bro. That's not boxing. To talk about how small somebody is ain't about boxing, especially when we're admitting that the motherfucker's small. And that's the whole reason why we're saying what we're saying. That's the whole reason why the discrepancy. Don't try to act like we care that you're saying it in that matter. It doesn't hurt our feelings. Like, he's rich. He doesn't even care what y'all say. Man, I'm more than sure he got ample women that don't care that he's short. I guarantee you. If you sit on his money, he's taller than all of y'all. Like, bro, it is what it is. Like, I will never care that much about somebody that can really put money down and do what he do. Like, bro, I can't. Who the fuck am I to say anything about any of these fighters? For that matter, not just Gervonta Davis. That's like anybody. Like, bro, I have an opinion. I'm an opinionated person, but beyond that, I'm not down to argue about something that I definitely can't fix. You know what I'm saying? I can't change that shit. So, I mean, I'm not gonna argue, but I got a lot of things wrong in my life that I know he don't have no problems with. So I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I got my own problems, man. I'm just saying that's why a lot of people, and I talked to Bill. I talked to Bill on 78 channel, and some people was probably disappointed that I wasn't arguing. Like, bro, I've been saying it for years. I don't like arguing. Like, I don't just say that because I think it's cute. I really don't like arguing. You know what I'm saying? And what people do for a living is a firm decision. They're not going to stop doing it because of me. You know what I'm saying? It's all fun and games at the end of the day. This is a sport. You know what I'm saying? I do this because I like entertaining myself and everybody else. I like putting smiles on people's face. I like making people laugh. And I like talking about boxing. Like I said, I wish that I had the support, or I would have been a professional boxer my damn self, or a professional MMA fighter my damn self. So, I mean, let's just all love it. Love it. Let's just love the sport. You know what I'm saying? And talk about the sport in a very adult manner. You know what I'm saying? That's all I ask on my channel, bro. I'm not here. I'm not here for no smoke. We can talk about boxing though. If you want to hit the link, we can talk about boxing. We can bring up any topic you want to talk about. I'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just here to love the sport, and hopefully, y'all feel the same way about boxing, and we can talk about it in a serious manner instead of a manner to try to make anybody feel any type of way in a negative way. This is supposed to be entertainment, and last time I checked, getting mad isn't entertaining, not to me, anyway. But absolutely born and raised in Baltimore. Right. Yeah, I lived in Baltimore for 7 years. I was born in Baltimore, but I lived in Annapolis for the longest time. When my father passed away, we moved to Deal. So I'm from the country originally. We lived there for a majority of my childhood. And when I got on my own, moved to Glen Burnie I stayed with my sister in Glen Burnie for like a year. And then I moved to Baltimore I was there for like 7 years, and now then I moved to Pasadena, and now I am where I am. You know, but yeah, it is what it is, yo. Baltimore get a bad rap, but it's for a lot of reasons. You know what I'm saying? I always said it's the 3 P's that kept me out of Baltimore, man. It's the people, the potholes, and the parking, man. Me being from the country, I'm not used to that. I'm not used to none of it. You know what I mean? And I'm a country girl more than a city girl. So, yeah, like Baltimore, when you want good food, Baltimore. You want to go to the club or go out? You can really meet good people though if you go to the right spots in Baltimore. But in general, you know what I'm saying. You know how the street population is. But yeah, Javante Davis heard he did big things. He went out and bought the block. He bought the joint. He bought 2 houses December 1st. They showcased it, and it was on, as you can see, the my thumbnail. It was on, well, actually I didn't even put it on my thumbnail, but they got it on the news. It's been shown on the Baltimore news and all of that. You can look on YouTube. They YouTube channel, Facebook channel, everybody shows it. This is why Tank is such a big star. What y'all see channels promote, or they get from IG or whatever and promote on YouTube, that shit is at home. That shit is it be promoting. They be promoting Tank on TMZ at basketball games, football games, baseball games, sports events, at freaking, on the news. He got billboards around here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why he's such a big star. Like, y'all see a percentage, but it's everywhere. And a lot of people was putting out the information, and I'm glad they did, because a lot of people have nothing but a bunch of negative things to say about Tank. On a lot of times they have nothing but a bunch of negative things to say. You exposed Devin Haney on film. Shit was funny. Man, yo, I made that video years ago. Like, a lot of people just don't pay attention to my channel for real, yo. But yeah, I made that video years ago, bro. And I'm not even the first person that said anything about that audio. It's just people don't like to pay attention to certain things about Devin. That's all. That's really the bottom line of why people didn't know about it. It wasn't a secret. That shit was an interview that he did, bruh, and everybody heard. A lot of people heard the interview. People just didn't give a fuck. But that's what receipts are. That's what they do. And in my opinion, him and his daddy talked themselves into a corner a lot of times when they say certain things, because they forgot the audio they used 3, 4, 5 years ago that they said. And I understand things change, but depending on those things, when they come back full circle, that's when you drop that receipt, like I did. Because what he said came back full circle, and I had to drop that. For real. I ain't got no millions and could give a fuck about what people say. Exactly. You know, right? Don't it? Facts. That's what I'm trying to say, yo. Salute to you, Tay Tay, the real queen of MMA talk. That's what I'm talking about, though. Salute to you, Queen. Hope everything is swell on this Christmas Eve. Some people get so caught up in wanting to be right about a fighter, they forget. Right? It's just entertainment, bro. And I'll give you that. Anybody can be right. Sure, you're right. You're right. I can't observe what's being said about me without absorbing it. Facts. Facts. But yeah, I give zero shits. Right. Like, bro, it's not that we do this because it's entertaining for us. You know what I'm saying? Or else you wouldn't do it. You got your own channel. You wouldn't put out nothing if you didn't want to. You know what I'm saying? You do it because you want to do it. Like, so when people try to come and try to shit and rain on your parade, it's like, bro, it's not. I understand I'm doing it, but don't think that you can hurt my spirit by fucking with what I'm doing. Like, bro, this is a small part of what I do in life. That's how I look at YouTube boxing. Like, bro, I'm good at a lot of shit. Like I put on YouTube, or like I put on IG. I'm good at a lot of shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, bro, this is one thing. Chill, bro. It's all right. It's not that serious. Like, so y'all feel what I'm saying, yo. I'm glad y'all look at it like that too, because I know y'all see the haters. Haters come to everybody's channel. If you make content, give it some time. They'll be there. Downtown Baltimore, the potholes. Yo, your alignment struts. You feel me? Fucking lifters, everything. Damn it. Them damn potholes would turn your shit over. For real, yo. Potholes is real. No bullshit. The potholes real. Unbutton your shirt. No. No bull, yo. Salute to you, Tim Layton. Just boxing talk is in the building. Salute, salute, salute. That shit funny as hell. Salute to you, Ratchet since 91. What is good with you? Shauna Icon, what's popping? Good morning to you. Salute to everybody that came in the building, y'all. Salute, salute, salute. Oh shit. Again, the link is pinned if anybody want to hit it, but at the same time, get this shit off the screen. Man, listen. I got some topics. I can't find my pen. Hey, Zaria, you have a pen in your room that you can give me? All right. You know, she always keeps stuff in the right way. Oh, that ginger ale is good. It's good. You hear me? That GTD, yeah. Yeah. Got that Javante Davis drip. But like I said, man, I haven't went live in 2 weeks, so it's things that I do need to cover. Thank you. It's things that I do need to cover if I forget something or I haven't talked about something. Y'all want me to touch a topic? Put that chat in the chat. Put the chat in the chat. Okay, yeah, this pen works. Thank you. Now, we could talk about Devin. We could talk about Devin. Let's do that. Let's talk about Devin, the Dream Haney. Excuse me. It's some things that's been going on with Devin kind of went over my head. Like I said, I haven't been paying attention. Maybe you guys can let me know. But I do know he had a fight. I do know he had a fight. I watched this fight with Regis Prograis. Talked that card yesterday. I'm definitely gonna talk that card yesterday. I seen that. I paid for the card. It was $40 because I have the zone. But yeah, I paid for the card. We definitely gonna talk about that. We got potholes in Camden, New Jersey that you fall in and never be found. Man, son. And that's the thing, when you from out of town and you trying to get somewhere, you go going like 50 and you hit a pothole, bro, it'll make you want to pull over and check your shit. Like, hold up, man, I need to check my undercarriage. I think something snapped. Like they broke my shit. Oh boy, like that stuff, boy. But nah, let's we could talk about, since you said it, we could talk about let's talk about that. Let's talk about that before we talk about that. Let's talk about the fights yesterday. Okay. What happened first? The fight with the lion and that dude Gidget or something, or Guyet or whatever his name was. That was a pretty good fight, man. That was like the best fight on the card. Which one is it? Let me see if it's on the. No, this is the undercard that's on the screen. This isn't the under. Yes, it is. It's that dude right there. It's them two in the corner. Them two right there in the corner with the guy with the line that got all that hair right here in the front against the guy with the goatee and the beard. That fight right there was the most entertaining fight of the night up to that fight. That fight was good. I didn't know the cruiserweight fight was going to be. I don't really know either one of them cruiserweights that fought. But I did hear the guy that got the knockout before. I heard of him before. I felt sorry for his opponent, Zorro, man. Zorro, bruh, he took that one punch. I think it was one round. It was in the first round. That right hand laid him back, bruh. His whole body. When fighters like this and everything just gets relaxed, bruh, they're out before they get to the ground. They out. Everything was still. He was like this, just falling backwards. And his eyes was open. That shit was crazy. His head did not hit the mat at all, and he was out for that long, laying on the mat. Part of the reason on why fighters lay out for such a long time after the hit is because their head bounced off the mat. His head didn't touch nothing. You understand what I'm saying? The bottom rope caught the dude back in the neck, and he was just laying there. Like, bruh, he was knocked out cold before he even got to the mat. Cold. Yes, Tim Layton, AG IT. That was his name. That was his last. He had it on his trunks. Yes, that guy right there. Salute to you, Picasso. I missed the introduction. Can you play it again? Bruh. Yeah, the cruiserweight joint. That joint, man. Yo, when he hit Zorro, I felt bad for him. I was like, damn, yo, like, dude, I think dude he was fighting was 6'2", bouncing on his toes, light on his feet. He threw that, and both of them was undefeated. I think Zorro was like 16-0. I looked that shit up. And the dude he was fighting, I believe, was 21-0, 24-0, 26-0, something like that. Bruh. It was beautiful. I have to say that dude is Otapaka or whatever his name was that knocked out Zorro, man. He's somebody to watch. I like that. I liked how he put that shit together. That shit was nasty how he did that. But the dude Lion, man, I was like, yo, ain't no way. Like, bro, he was swinging slow as shit. The dude Lion that was fighting that dude AG that was fighting this guy. That dude Lion was swinging slow as shit. You understand what I'm saying? So lower weight juggernaut. Matter of fact, they said it was heavyweight. I was shocked at that. I thought they was two cruiserweights. They said there was heavyweight fighters. But I was like, hold up, bro. Like, dude swinging slow as shit. By the third round, he was getting a piece of his ass, yo. He was hitting the shit out of Lion. Lion was getting dotted up. Head was moving all over the place, bro. He was throwing serious combinations in between his punches. I was like, yo, now that's boxing one-on-one right there. That was a nice display. That was a nice fight. It was a good fight. I really liked that fight. That was the best fight up until everything else. And what else? Let me see. Who else was on this card? Herkovich. That's why I got Herkovich in the corner. After Herkovich fight, I don't know if anybody had the volume turned up, but after Herkovich fight, he said that Big Baby Anderson. That's who he was talking about. He said Big Baby Anderson is a kid and he'll eat him for breakfast. I was like, oh shit. Salute to you, TD Sports Talk. Hashtag Bronx. TWT is in the building. What is good with your corner boss? What's popping with you? I see you about to do a side interview with just you and Shushu. I'm there, bro. I'm there. I fuck with Shushu heavy. You understand? But yeah. He said that the kid is breakfast when referring to not Jarrell Miller, not the big baby that fought last night. The big baby that's from Ohio, I believe that's where he's from. The big baby that fights on Top Rank, Big Baby Anderson, the big baby that's in his 20s. He said he'll eat him for breakfast. I would really like to see that. You understand? Let me get big on you. I would really like to see that. And the reason why I would like to see that so much is because of the styles, man. Y'all already see how Anderson fight. He throw a lot of punches. He fight like he 130 pounds sometimes. Fight like he 122. Real fight like he Gary Russell Jr. out this joint. He throw a lot of punches. Very active in the ring, come forward fighter. He could take his time though, but he throw a lot of punches, put combinations together. You see how much he works in the ring every round. Now look at Herkovich. Herkovich is the exact opposite of Big Baby Anderson. He's the exact opposite. Do you understand me? He walks slow, moves slow, takes his time. He acts like he's not even about to fight. Like in the beginning of that fight, he walked to the middle of the ring with his arms down. It was like fight. He was like, that is him. That is his game time face. That is his game time speed. That is him. He's gonna take his time. He ain't gonna throw punches slow. He's gonna put the speed on his punches, but bro, he's not really a fast-handed fighter. You don't really use his feet. He's standing in the middle of the ring like he did versus Zhang. And that's another thing. He's been saying some shit. He was saying some shit about Zhang. He said he beat Zhang on his worst day. He'll beat him. He'll beat Zhang in his country in front of 1 billion people. He said he want that. He said that they had a rematch. Hold on, because he was talking mad stuff. Talking mad stuff.
Come to Beijing. I beat him in front of 1 billion of Chinese people. What about that? I'm animal, man. Look, I swear with my father's name, and my father passed away. I swear with my father's name that I'll go to China and I'll knock him out. On my worst night, I beat that guy, and on my best night, he's not going past 6 rounds. So I see there's a lot of people.
Yo, I want to see that rematch. I thought that fight was a sleeper. I really like Big Bang Zhang. I always has. Big Bang Zhang dropped him in the second round when they fought. He did not drop Big Bang Zhang. People say, oh, well, at the end of the fight, he hurt him so bad he walked away. That's Zhang being tired. Zhang is an old man, bruh. All right? He's had liver issues and all types of shit. In the midsection, he had a bunch of health scares, and he's still here fighting. He's in his 40s, bro. He's a real big dude. All right. He stand in front of you and he fight. He dropped his young ass in the second. All right. They fought. And in my opinion, what I seen is that Herkovich hit Zhang with everything he had in the kitchen sink throughout the fight. He ate his shit. He took all of his punches. When Zhang got off, every time he got off, he went like this and took a couple steps like he didn't want to fight no more. And he eventually about faced Zhang and proceeded to fight. He did that at least 4 times in the fight. People are stuck on the last time that Zhang did it, though, because the man was tired in the 12th round fight. Not because his punches really fucked him up. It was a combination of the punches and him being tired. But Zhang, throughout the fight, was hurting his ass visibly the entire fight. Even after the fight, he was laying his big ass because he tall on the top ropes, had his foot on the bottom rope, saying, "Yeah, he gave me a fight. He gave me a good fight." Yeah, that means you got your ass beat. That's what I seen. I seen him get touched up by Zhang. That's what I seen. I thought Zhang won that fight. Now, this is the winner saying this stuff about having a rematch, bro. Go ahead and have that rematch, bro. Go ahead and have that rematch. It's not many people saying what I'm saying, though. So I don't even know why he's talking like this about the Zhang fight. Maybe because Zhang is in the running to probably get a title fight, which he is after. He called out everybody after he said that Big Baby Anderson is breathics, he's a kid. He said he wants Joshua Wilder winner. He wants Usyk. He wants Fury. He wants everybody. You know what I'm saying? He won a title shot. He think he's ready in this time. I think it's time to get these fighters all mixed up. Heavyweight division got some names in it. You can't front on it no more. They're here, bro. They're here. It's a repost from Friday. Okay, bet. I'm still gonna watch it. Salute to you, Roger. What's good with you? Now people should know why I got better BF over. Well, what you mean? What you mean now? You know what? Apologies. That is one fight that I missed. I had to go out and get some juice for my daughter. My daughter came in my room like, "Mommy, it's nothing to drink." It's like, damn. So I had to get up and go to the store and get her some stuff. And I ended up missing that fight because I had Sunday drivers yesterday. Like I had road rage because I was going 20 miles per hour on every road that I got on trying to get her something to drink. It pissed me off. 20, bro, ain't nothing says 20 miles per hour around this joint for y'all to be driving 20. All right. It's not bad weather or nothing. It was pissing me off. But I missed that fight. I missed the whole entire Bivol fight. I missed the whole freaking fight. I heard he did his thing, but in my opinion, I don't think the fight should have went the distance. Didn't the fight go the distance? Wasn't the fight too many fucking rounds? I was thinking that, like, bruh, like it should be a quick fight. When I heard the fight, you know what I'm saying, basically went all, I think it went all the rounds. I'm like, yo, what is Bivol doing? But in the same thing, like Better BF got dropped before, I believe once, maybe twice. He got dropped before, but in my opinion, it was a flash knockdown. There hasn't been a flash knockdown with Bivol. In my opinion, Bivol can beat him in a decision only if he's able to stay away from Better BF best punches. Because the thing is, people said that same about Marcus Brown was able to move around the ring against everybody he fought if he wanted to. But when it came to Better BF, it's like when he got hit, his legs, he felt it in his toes. That motherfucker was chilling on the ropes, just taking punishment for almost every round after he really got hit. So if that's the type of punishment he's putting on fighters, he can do the same thing to Bivol. But I think Bivol's better than that. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying that that Arthur Beterbiev beats everybody for the very longest time. That's why I put him in my intro of my lives. But this is a tough fight. I can't even front. Bivol is a tough competitor. We don't know how much punishment he can really take. You know what I'm saying? Saying that I haven't really seen him visibly hurt like ever. And I haven't seen him get dropped. His fundamentals are there. I believe he's the bigger fighter with the longer reach. Man, that shit would be entertaining, man. And that's what brings me back to what I've been saying is the worst person for this sport is Mauricio Suleiman, the WBC person that owns the WBC. His ass is the worst for the sport. He's the worst thing that happened to boxing. He makes decisions based on his feelings. Now, if that's not called politics, I don't know what is. As he straight up makes up shit, and everybody has to follow it. There's no way that you can be paying fees for a belt. You can be paying fees for a belt, but you can't use it in an undisputed fight because who you were born as. Like just because of your race or nationality or where you're from is some fucked up shit. That is some fucked up shit. Being that he's Mexican, people could have gave him that same discrimination and he probably wouldn't be where he is today if people really did that to him. So, I mean, he got his a lot of issues. He's sexist, don't want women to have 3-minute rounds, even though the fight went on and they already had it. So what's the problem now? You had the woman drop the title just because you're being a Stifler dick. So, I mean, shit's weird. Like, he's the worst, though. That was funny. I thought Zhang won that shit, man. I thought Zhang won that fight. I thought he did enough to win. Zhang and Hercules walking away multiple times. Didn't you see that shit? Bruh, I'm like, bruh, am I the only person that's seen this motherfucker not want to fight like 4 times throughout after a combination landed on his ass? He was like, bruh, what is going on here? And he ended up winning the fight, and he the one who got dropped. Bro, I ain't trying to hear that shit, bro. I'm not trying. Both of them was mad tired. I understand. He could say he had a bad, it wasn't him and he had a bad night. Cool. But you won the fight. It's not many people saying that Zhang got robbed. It's not a lot of people saying that shit. So why are you talking about and you saying it in that way? Let me play that shit again. Listen to how he said, I'm a fucking animal, man.
What about that? I'll come to Beijing. I beat him in front of 1 billion of Chinese people. What about that? I'm animal, man. Look, I swear with my father's name, and my father passed away. I swear with my father's name that I'll go to China and I'll knock him out. You know, on my worst night, I beat that guy. And on my best night, he's not going past the 6 rounds.
Yo, hold on, bro. Hold on.
What about that? I'll come to Beijing. I beat him in front of 1 billion of Chinese people. What about that? I'm animal, man. Look, I swear with my father's name, and my father passed away. I swear with my father's name that I'll go to China and I'll knock him out. You know, on my worst night, I beat that guy, and on my best night, he's not going past the 6 rounds.
I like it. I like that kind of talk, but I definitely would love to see that fight again. I bet you it'll be more people watching the rematch than it was the first fight. That fight was a good fight, man. That was a good fight. It's a good fight. Unscripted. What is good with you? Salute, salute, salute. What is popping? Zhang did win that fight. It was gifted that decision over Zhang. Yo. It saved heavyweight boxing. Yeah, boy. Since Don King, he was the only one putting on all heavyweight fights. The only one that had the moolah for it at the time and shit. So Saudi Arabians, they over there paying everybody handsomely as fuck. Kids be serious about their juice. Yo, she came in there, she busted in the room and shook me. Because I was all laying there, I was looking at the fight, I had the covers up. She busted in the room and shook. Like, mommy, there's no juice. I was like, oh shit. I had to get up, get her some juice, man. Oh my God. On God. Frank Sanchez threw some beautiful combinations. Yeah, that was like I think that was the first fight. I missed the beginning of it, but I definitely seen him stop that dude. You know what I'm saying? I was wondering when he was going to do it. That's my problem with Frank, though. Frank take too long to get busy. You understand what I'm saying? You take too long to bust a move. To me, like 4 rounds. Wasn't it like 4 rounds with him moving around the ring? Like giving this motherfucker looks and shit. Like, bro, it was like 4-5 rounds, and I don't think the person he fought was that damn dangerous. What took you so long to just get busy? Get with him, dog. What took to, that's my issue. Like, if somebody like him fight Big Baby Anderson, like, bro, how are you planning on making there like that? Making it to 4 rounds before you get busy, bro. Some people, you got this heavyweight division, bro. You can't be letting people get out on you first. I understand the dude he fought was around his size, kind of smaller or whatever, but he's not a big heavyweight. Like, that's my only thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he throws very good combinations when it comes to having boxing ability in the heavyweight division. He's definitely top 5 because he can move around the ring and he can actually put punches together. I like his looks, but at the same time, bro, it take you too long. It's too many rounds before I seen him do this too many times to the point where I believe the last person he fought before last night, or maybe the fight before, he got hit and wobbled. Like, waiting. Like, stop waiting, bro. Go in there and do you. But yeah, combinations was fire. Yeah. Was fighting Common. He was. I need to see it. It's gonna take the knee. I believe that. I believe Beterbiev got some different type of pop. And you could tell by how people react when they get hit. Like, you can tell these people are trained fighters, bro. They got hit by a lot of people before in their life. So when you go in a professional fight and they've had 20-some fights, 30-some fights, and you get hit by a dude and you act totally different, totally out of character, that tells me that the dude that hit you got some pop, got some different type of strength, man. For real. And Beterbiev is definitely one of them dudes. Is most certainly the worst thing that ever happened to the sport. And it's entirely, bruh. And it's blatant. He don't even care. Like, when they was asking him about the franchise title, he didn't even know what to say. The first time they drilled him about that title, when they first, and the reporters was there, Man, they asked him so many questions. He really didn't have an answer to that shit because the answers changed over time. Like, bro, come the fuck on. That's what we're doing here. Salute to you, Adam Hurley. Wilder was going for the one hitter quitter the whole fight. He should have started boxing at some point, but he was just seeking the knockout. All right. Wilder should retire. I'll be the first one to say it. Don't everybody get mad at me at once either. He should retire. I seen the whole fight. I seen the whole fucking fight. And he didn't go for the one hitter quitter the whole fight. He started going for that bitch the last 4 rounds of the fight. The last 4 rounds. He didn't do shit the first 4 rounds of the fight. Do you understand me? I really was thinking like the first 2 rounds, like, yeah, he's trying to, give him a fight this time. And, the fact that Joseph Parker ain't rushing in the way Robert Helenius did, you know what I'm saying? He's making it through these couple rounds. Parker's being smart. Nah, when the third round came, I seen that shit. I was like, oh, shit, man. Damn, bro. He had a good run, though. He had a good run. What I seen is this. Throwing and doing this. Lifting your chin up, pulling back while you're throwing a punch. Says a lot of things and ain't none of them good. None of them. He's not a fighter that just started fighting. He's not a fighter that just got hit once and now he know what the power is of the person he's in there with. None of that happened. You understand what I'm saying? It was so early in the fight. You could just tell. And I'm not going to say it just wasn't his night and he had a bad night. His timing was off. Nah, not my opinion. In my opinion, I think that it's just done. His career is done. He's in his late 30s. I think he has nothing left to prove, in my opinion. They can do their bullshit and act like he never fought nobody. That's why now he fighting Joseph Parker, and now that's why the fight looked. No, it's not. That is not why that fight looked like that. I believe Wilder took years off of Fury's life, and Fury did the same thing, in my opinion. That's what I think. Salute to you, KP from KC. What is good with you?
What up, Ash? Can you hear me clear?
Yeah, I definitely can. Definitely can.
Yeah. Yeah, you're at the same point where I'm at. He should retire. I don't want to see him get hurt, man.
Yo, I don't want to see it either. Salute to you, Just Do. What's good with you, Cuzzo? Coming up in a second. Okay, bet. I've been talking. I don't think anybody else came in the building though that I missed. But go ahead, tell me what you think.
Yeah, I think he gave us the best that he gave us. I mean, Wilder gave us the Ortiz fights. He gave us the Fury fights. He did everything he was supposed to do. He tried to give us the Joshua fight. Now all of a sudden, Joshua want to make the fight. Based on what I seen last night, Joshua stops Wilder, and I just think he's done, man. If he gets in the ring with him, they're going to get exactly what they wanted. They wanted to wait until he was done.
Yeah,
So
that's
just what I see.
I don't like how the announcers that I don't even know what's it Mora. I don't even know what that dude name is, but they keep talking like
Ronaldo.
Yeah,
some funny name like that.
Yeah, salute to you, being boxing news. What is good with you? Salute.
Going on. Salute.
What is happening, man? What you think about the fight?
Me?
Wilder.
Yeah, I think Wilder lost his killer instinct, man. And due to losing his killer instinct, he's so humbled. He doesn't have that hunger no more. And because he doesn't have that hunger and that killer instinct, man, I just don't think that he'll be that same quality of fighter. I didn't like what I saw last night. He was afraid to let his hands go. Um, it and just the adjustments made so late in the fight. Malik Scott should have jumped in his shit. He didn't. Like he was scared of Wilder. It was just so many components to that, man, that just made me sick to my stomach. But the main thing, and I stand on it, is he lost his killer instinct, that hunger he had. Sometimes once those boxers get that money, you know what it is. They change up, and they don't have that bite no more. And I'm gonna be honest with you. He came into the sport to help his daughter and his family out there because his daughter has spinal bifida. He's completed his mission. I'll be honest with you. He's
Yes.
completed his mission. I salute to him. I still support him. I think he should just go ahead and sail off because I don't want him to get hurt. And last night, when he got caught with a couple of those overhand rights, man, I was kind of afraid for him.
Yeah. Them overhand rights. I seen them, and even the announcer kept saying it since like what the second, third round. He thought he getting closer with the overhand right, getting closer with the overhand right. The only thing Wilder did was back straight up. What he was doing defensively was very amateur. It was
And
amateur.
that's what he does all the time. He
Yeah,
usually can get away with it because he's the longer guy.
but the punches, defense. When you do this and throw a punch at the same time,
Yeah.
in my opinion, the man got how many fights? 40 fights.
Yeah, he got
That's
45,
nothing
50
you do.
fights almost.
That is
Yeah.
nothing you do at that period of your that stage of your career. That, in my opinion, has a lot to do with, just like I said, he took a lot of years off Fury's life, but Fury did the same thing. Fury took something away from him as well. We can't just
Yeah,
say
they damaged
that's
each
the
other.
one thing. It's not.
Yeah.
That shit is both. It goes both ways. A lot happened to them both in the ring. He ain't
Yeah,
the
they
same
changed each
fighter,
other's
and
lives.
Wilder
You're right.
ain't either. People just gotta admit what they seen and just let it go, bro. He had a great career. It's things that he did that other fighters didn't. He still hold gate records. He still does. It's a lot that he already accomplished. And you're right. He said that plenty of times. He did this because his daughter had spinal bifida, and he made enough money. I think her legs are great and her a lot better than they was when he started this. Like, he did a lot. You're right. The mission was complete. He did everything he needed. He a star. You know what I'm saying? He found himself. He looked like he changed religions. He's happy. I just say retire happy. Don't retire. Don't retire on your shield. You don't need to. You did enough in this sport. I just don't like what the announcers was saying. The announcers was acting like since he finally fought somebody of the likes of
They're just
Joseph
gonna do
Parker.
that to him, though,
You
Ash.
understand what I'm saying? Like, what are y'all talking about, bro? Like, he could have, if he would have fought Joseph Parker before he fought Fury, that fight would have been 4 or 5 rounds long, bro.
Yeah, we all know it. We all know it. We watched Joseph Parker come to that fight and disappear after that fight and run over to fight AJ. But also this, I want to say this. Did you see Andy Ruiz jumping up and down on the side of the ring, happy, fat ass?
No, I didn't see
he was happy Wilder was losing because he didn't want to see him no more.
No, he said it himself. He said that he wished it was been him. He wished he would have took that fight. He said that.
Yeah, but he
His
didn't take the
coward
fight.
ass said he wished he would have took that fight.
Yep. I never pay for nothing for Andy Ruiz again after what he did in the second Joshua fight. Never. Those are the kind of guys that you don't pay for, because if you do pay for them, you abdicate them doing the same shit all the time, and that's what they do. He's a leech. He's the type of guy that got that payday, and now he feels he deserves that money, but he ain't even working. He ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, he'll fight Wilder now. If I were Wilder, I wouldn't fight Andy Ruiz now.
That's what the point I'm saying. Everybody will fight him now. He should just retire. Everybody is going to be knocking on this man's door now because of what they seen. Everybody. I don't even want to see it. Now y'all want to fight him after you see that. Like, I don't even want to see that shit, bro.
Nope. Because they just want to have somebody on their record that was a great fighter, and then they want to put him on their record. No, I'm not watching it. That's why I said he need to just retire, because I see what the game about to do. I know what the game's gonna do.
But let me say a very important factor that we all have to take in count. His last real true rounds, October the 9th, 2021. The fight that he had with Robert Helenius is on October the 15th, 2022, was just a couple of seconds. So we have to look at it as if Wilder didn't fight since 2021. He was off 2 years. That shit don't work like that in the sport of boxing. Wow. They said Joseph Parker fought 2 times this year already.
Yeah.
This was his 3rd fight this year. So he was well ready. He was ready for this.
You know what? And that's what people gonna say. People gonna get mad at me and be like, well, I'm turning the cheek and really Wilder was just rusty. Bro, I don't believe that. I don't believe that he was just rusty. I really think that maybe he should just hang the gloves up. Like, really, I'm not.
Yeah, he took a lot of damage. Ash, you right.
Yeah,
We
I'm
not
not.
trying to see the
I'm
dude
not
get laid
hating
out
on the
because
man. I'm a Wilder
he's not a
fan.
defensive fighter. Ash, he's not a defensive fighter. He's a puncher. We know what he is. He's not a defensive fighter. That guy gets punched and he goes back in a straight line, so it makes it worse at heavyweight. So at the end of the day, like somebody said in the comments, I mean, them dudes ain't been active. They haven't been active. But I mean, nah, he don't need to be fighting because they're not gonna give him another fight for a whole another year probably anyway. So what's the point of him fighting again? He don't fight till 2024 in December.
It's
Nah,
going,
bro.
and they're gonna set it up with somebody like Jarrell Big Baby Anderson or something. They're gonna, nah, bro. No.
Oh, Park. I'm looking at it. Parker had a fight. This is Parker's fourth fight this year.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, it is. He fought. I'm looking at it right now. He fought January the 21st.
Yeah, this is
He
first
fought
fourth
May
fight. Yeah.
24th, and he fought in October, and he
Who
came
he
right
fight?
back in December.
And hold on, put this on there too, y'all. You know who his trainer was?
Who's that?
Y'all know who his trainer was?
Nah.
Andy Lee. Andy Lee, who worked with Tyson Fury to beat Wilder. They already got the scouting report.
Yo, he did say that. He said, "Thank you for thank you Fury for telling me how to beat Wilder."
Yeah, they said
that's
that.
why.
They said that the entire
him.
time. They've been saying that though.
But it was nothing he was doing that was extravagant to beat Wilder.
What he did is he made Wilder back up. Once he made him back up from the first round on, he never stopped making him back up.
But
back up and hit him with them feints.
Yo, in my opinion, he would have did that regardless. Like, I really don't think it's the greatness of Parker. I think it's Wilder just is.
No, it's a combination of both. You're right.
Yeah, combination of both. If anything, like I can't just give it to Parker and they told him the keys to victory and went out there and did it and boom. Like, nah, bro, it's more than that. That's what commentators is trying to. Old media is trying to make it look like, it's just Parker. Parker's the reason why Wilder looked the way he did or whatever. He only fought 1-2 people and now he finally fought. Like, nah, bro, I'm not trying to hear that shit, bro. Not trying to hear that shit, yo. Wilder looks the way he did because of Fury cheating ass. Period. It don't have much to do with Parker being so great and using feints or doing what the Kronk Gym told him to do, because he didn't even do the shit that Fury did in the fight. Or he really did just only use feints and throw an overhand right, and that was enough. Like, bro, that's not that ain't shit. And for real. And before Wilder fought Fury, that shit wouldn't have worked. That shit wouldn't have worked at all. He would have knocked Parker ass out in the middle of a feint. No bullshit. Like, he wasn't throwing punches at all, in my opinion, until championship rounds when he fought Parker.
I think those feints, though, Ashley, I think those feints just throw him off. It throw off his rhythm. He has to reset all the way every time somebody used a feint on him. That's the same shit that Tyson Fury was doing, hitting him with them feints. For some reason, feints and Wilder just don't work.
Yeah. Salute to you, Thomas Hill. Anthony Jones, what's popping with y'all? You can't fight once every 2 years and complete on a high level. Right. Wilder should give boxing the middle finger and leave. Man, boxing have been trying to screw him over for the longest time. You know what I'm saying? And now everybody and their mama gonna be trying to push this AJ fight now with him. Like, bro, please, dog. Y'all didn't want to fight when the man was 100, and now y'all want to fight. This shit is sad, bro. Damn, I need to be called the fuck up. Who else fought that night? What y'all think about Big Baby Miller and Triple D? What y'all think about that? It was a good
Big Baby Miller was ready to go.
I loved every bit of it, man. I wanted to see him get his ass spanked.
I wanted to see that big ass body hit the ground.
Yeah. He had legs like French on Cruz in that bitch. His legs look like French on Cruz.
That man wasn't on his juice, man.
Oh shit, 50 M's. He should be. Man, yeah, you already know AJ said no to that 50 M's back then. I'm not trying to hear nothing about Wilder ducking or nothing like that, man. I just I just think this time has came. You know what I'm saying? That he should just retire. Salute to you, frequent flyer. RC, what is good with you? I always remember the ref stopped the fight. It was weird. Man, listen, yeah, he has nothing to be ashamed of. He started boxing at 20, right? Millions was basically no skill, right? He had no skill and still came out to, like his. You can make a story about Wilder's life, bro. He can be on to bigger and better things if he want to, for real, without no problem. I think I got everybody in the chat, but yeah, when it comes to that fight, with Triple D and what's his name, Big Baby Miller, do y'all think?
Jarrell Miller.
Yeah, do y'all think they're gonna put Miller back down at the bottom of the list? Or do you think they still gonna have him fight names since he does sell fights, since he can talk trash?
He can talk trash. They're gonna put him back in there with somebody else. I mean, more opponents is gonna come his way. They're gonna call him out because he is definitely still a great name to have on your resume.
Yeah,
As you can see, he can't throw punches and bunches anymore. His stamina's shot. He's just not the same fighter anymore. Now that he's not on his juice.
yes, the juice.
Like I said before, but he can still use that clenbuterol, right? The same shit Canelo used.
I
That shit
think you
just
can
get.
use it. You can only use it if you live in Mexico. That shit
Come
crazy.
on, Ash. That's not fair.
For
You should
real,
still
yo.
be on some type of
If you
juice.
live in Mexico, they raise the levels just for you. He's not the only person using clenbuterol that live in Mexico. People just know Canelo about that shit because Canelo's the one that got his friend to raise it. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
Suleiman is so bad
Mauricio.
for this damn sport, bro. He is terrible for this fucking sport. Oh my god, yo. But yeah, I would like to see him too. Salute to you. Hold on.
Ash,
Salute to you,
Ash.
Thomas. Yeah,
Why you keep saying he's terrible for the sport? He's perfect for boxing. Boxing's fucked up.
yeah.
It's just like saying a dope dealer is not perfect for the corner. They fit. They
He
fit.
perfect for what he do. Right.
Yeah,
Perfect.
he fits boxing, man. He fits boxing. It sucks. It sucks. I know it does. But he
Yeah.
fits boxing. He can't go to no other business but boxing.
He came right and do what he doing successfully, and
Yeah.
nobody really point the finger at it. It's like people be pointing fingers at promoters and fighters. Like, bruh, and Suleiman over there up on this damn tower, like damn Lord of the Ring, calling shots and shit. Like, bruh, come on.
Hey, Ash, just imagine you had a business, right? And then you got a sanctioning body that doesn't have any oversight. And they can do whatever they want. And you can pay them anytime you want to get them to do whatever you want. That's basically what they do. Boxing is complicit. The whole thing is complicit. And they like it like that. So boxing gonna do what they do.
See to you, Thomas Hill. What is good with you?
Peace to you too, Ash. Salute to Ian.
You kind of low, G. You kind of low.
Know. Yeah, turn
Man,
it.
I don't know what's going on with this mic. It be acting up sometimes. You know? It's still
We can
low.
hear you, but still pretty low. It's like you
I'm even screaming
bunker
up
or
in this
something.
bad boy. I got
Like he in a cave or something.
You said I'm screaming.
Yeah, I don't understand this mic. Sometimes it trips. But I agree with what you said. I think that in 24, like a lot of things that took place in 25 should be like, it should capitulate to 24. I mean, not 25, but 23 should capitulate to 24 where they start making changes, especially to the fact that he said in Mexico, you can only use clenbuterol. Well, you said it, and that's true. You can only use it in Mexico. Like if anybody can use a supplement, it should be able to be used anywhere in the world. It shouldn't be only places or locations where you can do this and you still can compete against somebody who's not afforded that same luxury. So they need to streamline the supplementation. They need to streamline like the way gloves are selected. They need to streamline the way weight is added upon after you making the weight. They need to streamline the people who actually judge the fight and the people who officiate the fight in the ring. Like everything needs to be like at a measure where it's a standard, and this is the standard that we hold to, and it's universal since everything is worldwide. I know that it is boxing and people make a ton of money off of this, but
Yeah.
we talking about people's lives up in here. And I'm happy that Daniel Dubois got vindicated in the ring, man, because Jarrell was talking junk to him.
It was funny too. It
It
was funny.
was funny, man.
He
Jarrell,
got him back when he said every baby has a daddy, and I'm gonna be your daddy. I laughed when he said that shit. I was like, okay, somebody, and even Jarrell clapped his hands like, yeah, you got to give it up.
yeah,
You
you
got,
said you've been working on that one for a long time.
yeah, hell yeah. But you right. Like even when it comes, you letting these people. I didn't even really look at it like you letting these people do the whole clenbuterol thing, but saying women are too soft to go 3 minute rounds. Like, how
Oh
does that
yeah,
even work? How does that even work?
it
Salute to
doesn't.
Darren McKenzie. Salute to Skywalker Boxy. Oh,
But
TWT in the
but
building.
on that note too, Ash,
Yeah.
that's why I give so much respect for Amanda Serrano. Cause like whatever barrier that they say she can't do, she goes out there and she shows you I can do this. And
Right.
salute to the girl that went the rounds with her too. That was a hell of a fight. It was a grueling fight too.
Years or something like that. Maya, something like that. Her name started with an M. It was a good fight. It was entertaining throughout. I wasn't bored. I didn't fall asleep.
And had she had that fight take place against Katie Taylor, she definitely would have got Katie Taylor out of there. There was a
Oh,
couple of times that Bell saved Katie Taylor.
Katie Taylor always gas at the end of that damn 2 minutes, man. You right
She
about
does.
that. She be tired as hell in the end of that damn 2 minutes every time. Every time. If Amanda chilled a little bit and thought a little bit more defensively and more about countering instead of just getting her shit off, she would probably get a lot more girls out of there. Even though she has a lot of knockouts, she got a lot of stoppages for a chick with her resume for real. Sutu Daryl McKenzie, she has super heart. Yeah, for real. Sutu Lamarcus Robinson, what's good with you? But all right, yeah. What I think
Sounds
about
welcome.
Triple D, yeah, I'm glad he did what he did. I seen it coming in the making. There's no way Jarrell Big Baby was 333 pounds, man. A Jarrell Big Baby was 100 pounds more than Daniel Dubois, and all of us know that Dubois can move around. And the thing is that Big Baby Miller has never been a huge puncher. He's not Joe Joyce. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see him busting up Triple D so bad that they stopped the fight like Joe Joyce. Other than that, he's a big ass stationary target. Like, bruh, he should be able to outbox his ass if nothing else. That's what I was thinking. I really wanted to see him hit the bat too. That didn't happen. But Jarrell Big Baby without the juice and him being over 300, it's like, who are you going to beat? That's a name that's not going to stand in front of you. Like, bro, all you got to do is be able to move around the ring and have a little reach, bro. You can beat his fat ass. He's not. I'm surprised he didn't gas out before the end of the fight. Aren't y'all surprised that he was still moving around? I was like, shit,
Yes.
that's from that kickboxing background that this motherfucker got. And that's another thing. I would love to see him throw a fucking high kick and see what the fuck that looks like. No bullshit. Like the top of the cranium high kick. I would love to see how that even look. I don't even know. Like how you even how you even be a kickboxer then came to boxing. And then he had all of them drugs in his system. It's like, man, I just knew him without the juice, him being all that weight, and then like Dubois, he throw some good body punches. So I was like, man, ain't no way he should lose this damn fight. Still to you, what you call it? What is good with you?
But they were saying that he was going to lose because he's known as a quitter. They felt like out of his last few fights, they felt like he just kept on quitting,
Man,
and that's what they was basing it all on. Is he going to have the heart to stand up to a big guy like a Jarrell Big Baby Miller? And he proved to all of us that he could and he would, and he bit down when he was supposed to. Awesome.
who else did he quit with besides Joe Joyce?
He quit with the last one with
Usyk.
Usyk, man.
Remember when he scored the knockdown? They didn't count it as a knockdown. He like totally checked out in that fight.
He checked out, bro.
So the fight didn't go rounds. It didn't go 12 rounds.
No, he got stopped.
What round did that fight stop
He
at?
got stopped with a jab, Ash. He got stopped with a jab. He got
I
stopped with a
think I
jab.
was.
If you go back
This
and watch the highlights of the
calling
knockout,
fights, bro. Because I was calling that fight, and I don't even fucking
go
remember.
back and watch the highlights of the knockout. It looked fake. I'm telling you, it looked fake.
He
Yeah,
gave up. It looked like to all of us that he gave up. He
yeah.
was doing wonderful versus Usyk, and after the knockout or the low blow or whatever they want to call it, I think
It
it was
wasn't
a
no damn low bone.
it wasn't, and I agree it
It
wasn't.
wasn't. It wasn't.
And
It
after
wasn't.
that shit, he just checked out. He was like, man, fuck it.
But that's not the. But think about it, guys. I mean, whether you believe what I'm saying or not, that's not the fight boxing wants. Boxing wants Usyk Fury. So Daniel Dubois could not get in the way of that. So the
Right.
knockdown didn't count. Then he just folded with a jab. The man hit him in the eye with a jab, and he
Yeah.
stayed on the ground.
Oh, for real?
You can believe it if you want to. I don't believe the shit.
Wow.
Facts.
Wow. But yeah, damn. That's why he was considered a quitter and thought people said that he was gonna lose to fucking Big Baby Miller because of that. All right, well, shit, I'm even glad. I'm more glad that he showed and proved this time. Shit, and yeah, Big Baby Miller was talking a lot of cheese, man. He was talking a lot of shit. Everybody want to fight Usyk and Fury now. Who really deserves the fight though?
You know what though? That Wilder and Joshua situation shows us exactly what boxing does to its fans.
What you mean?
What I mean is that okay, now Wilder had to go make a fight with the guys that was running from him, and he actually didn't get to make the fight that we wanted to see because they was pussyfooting around. So boxing's gonna do this again with somebody else at another weight division. They're gonna play around, and then somebody gonna get their ass beat, and they're gonna lose the luster of the fight that we were supposed to get. That's just what boxing does. I
Yeah.
just watch it year after year, decade after decade. This shit happens all the time.
Yeah,
Whether it be
upset
Holyfield and
apple cart.
Tyson, whether it be Lennox Lewis Tyson, whether it be Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis, boxing just does it to us. It just gives you the whole dick with nothing. You just get it
Yeah.
all.
Salute to you, young world. The world is yours. Salute to you, Anne McQueen in the building. What is good with you? Yeah.
And then you're gonna watch the fans fight to not get fights. That's what you're about to watch. The fans are gonna fight not to get fights.
Not to get them. That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. Yeah. And I think boxing is being taken over by the casual mentality. I'm not gonna say the casual fan because it's actual real people that know about boxing that's just allowing the casual thought process to take over and not have fights happen. Like I understand exactly what you're saying though. This shit is ignorant when it comes to why fights isn't happening. Like this whole shit with that's why I got Morello on the screen. Why would you say a champion that's stopping everybody he's fighting that puts somebody in the coma? Why would you say he needs to prove anything to get a fight with anybody that don't have a title? Like that's the type of bullshit. It doesn't make any sense. Morrell should be getting whoever the hell that needs a title, whoever that don't want a title should be getting in there with Morrell. Like Benavidez and his whole team shouldn't be sitting there saying, "Oh well, he needs to do more, or he needs more on his resume." Or any of that bullshit. Like that whole casual way of thinking because I don't want my fighter to get beat is taking over the sport in a real bad way. It's shit's disgusting.
I think the last guy that we really had that gave us the fights, and he wasn't a pay-per-view star, but he was close. And that would be Shane Mosley.
Oh really?
The reason I would say Shane is because he fought De La Hoya.
Yeah.
He fought Vernon Forrest and Winky Wright. Two guys he didn't have to fight. If he don't fight those guys, I don't know if he loses. I don't know when he loses if he doesn't fight Vernon Forrest and Winky Wright. I don't know when he loses.
Yo, is that Rick?
Rick?
Who's that talking?
Nah, this is KP, bro.
That's KP from KC.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, I mean that's just what I see. Because once Floyd took over the game, it just changed everything. And now these other dudes think they can beat Floyd without doing any pretty boy work. They just want to go to the front of the line and fight nobody and have me and you pay for it. Nah, bro. I'm cool.
So do you think they should try to consolidate everything, like even the sanctioning bodies, so that they all under an umbrella and that they all have to abide to like a series set pattern of how people get the fights and things like that to make these fights happen?
I don't think boxing will ever do it. They like it the way it is. It's the Wild Wild West.
Because what I saw in that fight with Bivol was the fact that it looks like they're about to try to push the IBO to come back and be a major player in the sanctioning body. And if that's so, then that's 5 belts that they consider major, and that just adds like more.
That just dilutes it even more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So look, just think about this, bro. If I'm a fighter, I'm just gonna buy my own belt. I'm Ted DiBiase. Fuck y'all. I'm not gonna pay that, bro. I'm not paying it. So I get the obligation of paying for your belt, and you take money from me for your belt, but then you can change your rules whenever you want. I'm just gonna be Ted DiBiase. Fuck it.
Monopolize the belts. That's why I say they don't matter, bro. Like, would you purposely hand all the power to somebody that's doing all of this, like Mauricio Sudoma? I understand the rules are the rules, and boxing is going to be what it is, regardless of what I say. But I'm just saying they don't matter to me. The people that have the titles that's doing right by them, kudos. I recognize that. I respect that. But am I going to say a title matters to the degree if a fight should or should not happen? Bullshit. Bullshit. Like we already seen Boots is a cheat. Who's been labeled a cheat code in boxing before Boots? Who's actually been labeled a cheat code though? For real. Nobody really said that about nobody. This man has been labeled a cheat code, got 30 fights, but the premise is if you don't have accolades, you don't have titles, you didn't fight in other weight classes, you ain't shit. Bullshit. Bullshit. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why I say it don't matter, because y'all monopolize the titles and then you want all of us to bow down to whatever Mauricio say. Like, man, get the hell out of here with that shit, bro. The people that have the titles that's doing good by them, that got them the right way or whatever the case may be, that's boxing. I salute that. But the fact that the titles are being monopolized, it's a fact, bro. Like, why should somebody having a title or not having a title? Why should that be the premise on if a fight should happen or not? Seriously.
Yeah, you're right. That's a fact.
And you got what's his name? Morrell got a title and still can't get a fight.
Yep. They about to duck him forever.
And then look at it. It goes both ways. Boots got 30-some fights and no title. Nobody wanted to fight him. Opposite, Morrell only had what? 8 fights in the title. Nobody wanted to fight him. So really, what's the real excuse? It's bullshit.
Yeah, bro. Boxing puts the fans in a conundrum. They make sure the fans are in a conundrum because they always move the scale. They always got somebody got the thumb on the scale or they move the scale. Boxing moves the scale, and then the fans start to argue about the scale being moved. That's what they do.
J.O. say Roy Jones. So Roy Jones was a cheat code? Probably was. I'm really asking. Shoot, I wasn't around forever. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't heard nobody be really labeled that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand. I remember Roy Jones, right? Like, yeah, it was like somebody was telling him when to do shit. And he was like Houdini in the ring at some points in times, bro. It was very, very entertaining.
You know it.
Gone. How many years has it been since he fought? The new guy right now, today, like 5G shit. Is Boots in high definition. That man, did y'all see him slow down when he was fighting Villa? Bruh, he moved in slow-mo during that fight and still got his shit off, bro. I was like, yo, this man he is straight up entertaining. He's straight up. Boots is different. Straight up. There's a lot of people that's just scared to fight certain fighters. I believe Boots is one of those people. I believe Morrell is one of those people. And I'm starting to believe that Arthur Beterbiev is one of the people. Because nobody
Arthur Beterbiev is one of those guys, yeah.
Well, Bivol has to fight him next. I mean, Saudis want it. They're going to pay for it.
The Saudis going to pay for it?
Yeah, the
Saudi
Saudis gonna
Arabia.
pay.
Oh, we gonna have that fight then, because they about to put up bread.
It's gonna be in Saudi.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be watching it on Saturday early in the day. Yep.
It's coming next year, early quarter.
2024, we get it. I
That's
got
a
Beterbiev in that fight though. I like Bivol, but I got Beterbiev.
yeah, that's an interesting
He
fight.
don't hit hard enough, man. Better be able to hit too damn hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bivol don't hit hard enough. He can box very well. He's a very good boxer. Just Beterbiev just seems like, damn man. It just seems like that guy that's gonna eat some steel or some shit, man. That's
Right.
it.
Suti Dante Hall Boxing Talk. Suti ATX Red Slab Life TWT in the building.
I think Better Beef is like what Ash said happened with between Fury and Wilder. Like when he punches you, it just takes things from you, and you can be in the fight, and then all of a sudden you're just not in the fight.
Yeah. I went to salute to you, Tiffany 3315 said was in the building when Boots fought Villa. Man, that fight was highly entertaining. I went to the fight where the tank fight that he had in DC where Boots fought Karen.
Yeah.
I went to that fight. I was like, yo, yo, and right after that performance, he killed Villa. Bruh, he killed Villa. I have a newfound respect for Villa. I can't wait till his next fight. That's one thing. I want to see these fighters that come up and have good fights against these names, against actual other names. Boots is in a class of his own. I really wonder though how Villa would do against some good names at welterweight, because he seemed like a very good fighter, for real.
Villa's he's a very solid fighter, and he's tough as nails. Like I thought that he lost the fight to Rashidi, but
Yeah.
what happened
Oh,
with
he lost to
Rashidi?
Rashid?
I thought he did. I thought he did. I thought he lost at least 8-4, even
No,
with the knockdown. I thought
With two
no,
knockdowns? Did he
no.
knock him down twice? He knocked him
he
down
knocked
twice.
him down
Beat
twice in
Rashidi's
one
fair
round.
and square, bro.
One round, yeah.
But in the fight, I mean, he controlled most of the fight. It just was like 3 of the later rounds where he didn't win those rounds. To me, what I saw, but I thought the difference was UC and Rashidi, and what Boots happened in that fight. He was taking Boot stuff until he couldn't no more. I mean, he was there to fight and everything, and then it just started taking effect on him. Boots just different.
Boots is different. They say your device not connect. Oh, okay. Suit to you, just do. Cuzzo's in the building. What is good with you, pimpin'?
Just do, my guy.
Just do.
What's good, Cuzzo? How you feeling?
I feel I'm feeling a lot better right now, yo. What's
Oh, you
poppin'?
are? That's good to hear, man. That's good to hear, man. Baby boy feeling good too. He up spitting and eating toes. Ear infection. What? He good. But what's up with y'all, man? What y'all was cooking on, man?
We was talking about the dead reckoning, what we just seen yesterday in them fights, yo. We started off by talking about Wilder. What you think Wilder should do now after you seen that Joseph Parker fight?
Look, man, for me, like I know a lot of people, they seeing him lose. You hate it for him. You hate it for him, but knowing that he gave everything to the sport, he gave everything to the sport, bro. Like hearing how he spoke after it, that same hunger, that passion, that fire that kept him wanting to do it, I don't think it's there no more. And somebody made a good point yesterday. Like, think about it. This was the same guy that was like, I want a body on my record. He don't want that no more. You can't tell me he feel like that no more.
No, he doesn't.
Too much money. I think I don't even want to blame it on the money. I just think he has nothing left to prove, though. You know what I'm saying? Would beating Joseph Parker really prove really anything? You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. He ain't got much to prove. So, I mean, if he walk away from the sport now, I think he still walked away at the top in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Every fight he was in, he gave you everything he had, and he did last night. It's just that was the most he could give us, and I don't think he could, compete at the elite level with him missing that fire like that. I think he need that.
Yep, that was my main concern, because it seemed like in the press conferences and the lead up of the fight that he was a different man as far as his religion and how calmness that he had, and the way he was talking to the other fighters, and excuse me, he was just so respectful. I'm like, damn, yo, like when am I going to hear the bomb squad? Like, bro, where's that? Like, where's that at? You know what I'm saying? Where's that energy that you come in that ring with? You know what I mean? And when I see him move around the ring when the third round came and everything was like this, and you know, and he was going like this. When I saw one of these numbers, I was like, damn.
This don't look like he's mentally there to want to do that. And what did he say? I got a clip. I should just send it to you. You could play it, where he was saying like it's very hard to get himself mentally and physically prepared to do this. And when I think all that time off gave him a chance to really assess where he at. And he like, look, man, I've been fulfilled my promise. You know what I mean? And I think he really tried it with those last couple fights he gave us, Hellenius and this. I think it was for the people more so than anything else. I mean, he just don't have that same fire. And I think if we asked everybody in here, what is it that made Wilder different, separated him from the rest of these heavyweights? It wasn't the skill set, right? It was his confidence and his passion. His confidence was on another level. By far, that was the most confident fighter I've ever seen, even after a loss. You get what I'm saying? Even after a loss, he still get in there and be confident. So once I didn't feel that from him, I'm like, I don't see him being able to compete at that level, missing that. That's what made him special, his confidence, man. You couldn't tell him he couldn't knock you out. You get what I'm saying? So it's tough, but I'm happy for the dude because he beat the odds so many times over. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So he gave you what he had, and you just got to be cool with that.
And he was happy after the loss. That's how I know. But bro, maybe this is it. You're happy after that.
Right. Heavyweight, he gave us almost close to.
He don't care as much. The care is gone. He don't care like that. It's not serious. And I think Malik Scott is around him a lot and talk to him a lot. I think Malik he don't really care as much as he did.
Right.
That shit is gone. And fire is different.
Right.
And confidence is what kept his hands in front of him and not being punching. His confidence ain't there, or he just doesn't care that much. Like, bro, I don't know. Like, maybe this was his last hurrah, but he didn't act like it.
I think so.
He didn't say this that's my last fight. He didn't retire after the fight. I think he said something along the lines of him being rusty and his timing was off and stuff like that. Like, bro, all right, you know what I mean? It has been years since you fought for real, but this is Joseph Parker.
Right.
Joseph Parker wasn't using the greatest head movement. Joseph Parker was not using angles on him. He was standing in front of him, just going like this.
He was right there for him.
In the overhand right the entire time.
He was right there for him, cuzzo. That's why I'm like, yo, he not pulling the trigger. I said, nah. And then when he did, all Joseph Parker did was cover up and kind of wait for the storm to stop. And he's like, oh, he ain't punching no more. All right, cool. I'm like, man, you really could have went for it. And I just feel like the hunger and the drive is not there, is why he performed the way he did. You get what I'm saying? I attribute that to the outcome more so than the ring rust, the inactivity, and all that. Yeah. I think you can overcome those things as long as you still have that passion and the desire to be great and win. And I just didn't feel that. His approach, he just was too many lows in the fight, too many opportunities for him to throw shots, and he just didn't do it. Like, who would have thought at the end of a 12-round fight, we will be saying Joseph Parker is the one left the fight landing more right hands. You get what I'm saying? That to me was eye-catching, man.
And then when he threw him telegraph, oh my God.
Yeah.
The telegraph, and he just threw it over and over again. Like, bro, that's what I'm saying. It's like he resulted all the way back to what you would do in the amateurs. Like, bro, people don't do. He a better fighter than what we see, and we know that. We've seen it.
Right. I got a quick question, man. And I don't take no shots. This is always a discussion. Who y'all think the better trainer for him, Mark Breland or Malik Scott?
Mark Breland. I'll say it again.
You know what? I have to say this. He said he wasn't taught shit. Don't you remember when Wilder was like, all I know? You remember he was like, all I know was the jab in the right hand. He wasn't being taught shit. So I think when Malik Scott, I gotta give him more respect. Scott a little bit more respect than that because in my opinion, Scott was working with somebody that didn't know how to do nothing but a one and two. So
Got a good point. Ashley,
there was a
with
lot
that
that
being
he had
said,
to teach him. There was a lot he had to teach him. But in my opinion, the best fights that we seen Wilder was under Breland. So it's hard to say.
yeah, because I didn't see any of that shit, man. Any of that
My
shit
bad.
that I normally see him. I didn't see
Salute
it
Ant
last night.
McQueen is in the building, yo. Salute Ant McQueen. What's good with you?
I'm right with y'all. I'm right with
Enjoying the conversation. And I
Mhm.
also think that it's very difficult because to revert back to the whole psychological and emotional well-being of Wilder is also extremely difficult to say which trainer is better because he's training a different guy. The guy that Malik Scott is training now is not the same guy. He doesn't have the same ferocity or ferociousness that Mark Breland was training. So we're looking at two different guys, man. Another thing was very telling. Sometimes we got to start seeing the writer when it's on the wall. Read those tea leaves. Remember when he knocked out Hellenius? He was crying after that press conference. When have we ever seen that from Deontay Wilder in the past?
Great point.
He cried after he knocked out Hellenius and talked about how he had a family to go home to, and people don't understand that fighters, their safety and their lives on the line to entertain the people and all this other stuff. He was never talking like that. But the writing was on the wall then that he's a different man. And I sent just that clip, and he was talking about how basically he feels fulfilled at this point because he started fighting to take care of his daughter's spinal bifida. And now he's got 8 children. So, he's enjoyed his time off from boxing because he's been able to spend time with them. And he hasn't missed boxing at all. I just think the spark is gone.
I didn't even know that. So yeah, that's definitely telling. Salute to you, JJ. Another thing I have to say is that you know how Rolly came out of his skin and kept talking about wanting to fight Earl Spence out the blue. And I was looking at it like it's a little bit funny, but now I just see it. I understand now. When fighters go bad, the first people that know it is other fighters. We don't know until the man is going to fight because nobody's going to snitch on him on the lead up of the fight by saying he is a shell of himself until we see the ring. Other fighters hear that and they know.
Right.
Other fighters know before we know when a fighter is done. So he knew something was wrong with EJ. That's why Rolly was out of his skin wanting to fight him. It was things being said about Wilder, and I believe some of it came from Big Baby Anderson. And I was like, what the hell he got come out his mouth like that about Wilder? It's because the fighters be knowing shit before we know the shit.
Facts.
That's what I really think. So when this came down to Wilder and his whole situation, it's like, bro, maybe they knew something and they seen something in training camp because people talk. They seen some shit before we seen it. That's why people were looking at it and people were saying that Parker was going. I heard people saying Parker was going to beat Wilder, and I was like, where the fuck is this shit coming from? But I see now. I see now.
True.
Salute to you, D1. What's good with you in the building? Look,
what's
Rolly
up, Ash?
on the screen.
What's up, KD, Ant, BNN, Thomas?
D1 salute.
I just wanted to come up here and say Merry Christmas and enjoy the boxing talk. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury are both shot. Tyson Fury's fight against Ngannou, he showed that too. Them 3 fights finished both of them guys. Deontay's legs are so gone. I seen it in the Hellenius fight for the 1 minute, and then in the next one, his legs are gone. I'm surprised them sticks held up as long as they did. You know what I'm saying? He's 38 years old, fighting humongous guys all the time.
True.
You know what I mean? Daniel Dubois too showed me a lot. That dude stopped Usyk, truth be told, and then just beat up a man that's 100 pounds heavier than him. That dude deserves AJ or whoever they think is the top dude after the Tyson Fury Usyk joint. That's going to be for Undisputed. It's going to be Usyk. and it'll probably be AJ Usyk again or Dubois, and them three guys got to mix it up again.
AJ impressed me last night.
Me
That
too,
was the
man.
most impressive, I think, fight of the night, and I
Me
never
too.
thought I'd be saying that.
His face, he don't got that scared deer look in his eyes like he's in the headlights. He looks like a killer again.
You know,
He
honestly,
did.
I think a
He
lot
looked
of
very
that had to
sure
do with the
himself
fact
last
that
night, and I was
Indeed,
like, "Wow, man, okay."
Indeed. But that's all I got, man. I just wanted to say Merry Christmas to you, beautiful people. And, enjoy
Remember
your
with me,
Merry Christmas. Hold
I
on,
never
wait.
thought it was
I
a
don't
physical
know.
thing with AJ. It was always mental. If he can get out
Yeah.
his own way, stop overthinking, and just go out there and perform. That's what he did last night. He went out there and performed. He went out there and got it. And I respect it. I respect that when it's the
Me
best
too.
he looked in his last handful of fights. And
Y'all
now the question is, do you stick with Ben Davison or do you go back to Derek James?
Hold up, wait. He trained with Derek James, right? It's just Derek couldn't come to the fight, so Ben Davis
He
is the
trained,
one
this camp was Ben Davison.
His catch and shoot was on
Mm-hmm.
Derek James. He was blocking and shooting. That was all DJ last night.
Well, let me say this. We all say one training camp can't change a fighter, so I can't say Ben Davis was the reason why he looked so
But then
good.
why he
Oh,
gave it
that's
all to
why
Ben
Remember,
Davis though, Ash? He
He
gave all
said
credit
what?
to Ben Davis.
Well,
Yeah.
I knew, yo.
That shit
And it's
upset
an
me.
old trainer. It ain't like a new trainer, fam. Like they
Why you
got
don't trust people with peasy heads?
Going to what
They always lie.
being,
But hold on, yo. Did y'all know that Zhang had something to say?
Not impressed. I beat everybody.
Ah man. Talk to him, Jerry.
I
Yo,
like Zane.
Impressed. I beat everybody.
he said, I'm not impressed.
He's
I
fishy
beat
and shit.
everybody.
everybody.
Yo,
Zhang on.
Do you guys? You think? I think he's way older than he says he is. I think he's
No,
probably
I
10
do
years old.
too. Don't do that. Don't put him out. Don't do that. Don't put him out there like that. I do
Yeah.
too. Don't put him out there like that, dude.
Yeah, that's why I
You know,
don't come on panels. I say outlandish shit all the time. I put people on Front Street. I'll be arguing like a champ. So that's why I come in briefly. Merry Christmas, y'all. Enjoy yourselves.
Hey, B1, I'm gonna give you a call later. BN, I want to go to what BN was saying too, because it shows his character, and I think it's the reason why he was able to be so free in that ring. He gave all the credit to Ben Davison. Like what he learned from Derek James didn't even apply to how he performed in the ring. Likewise, when he saw Wilder take that loss, a whole lot of weight was taken off of him. Because in that press conference, all you could do was see him focus on what Wilder might say, what Wilder gonna say. He couldn't even be free up there next to him.
That's crazy.
But then once that fight took place, like you said, it was like, man, whew, he can breathe now. Ain't nobody gonna say anything to me.
Zane got double shot. Man.
But
I like Zane, man. Zane said, I'm not impressed. I beat everybody.
he said, I beat everybody. It don't matter.
Yo, I want to see it. It's about time Zane get in these conversations, yo. It's about time. Joe Joyce beat some good names. Joe Joyce beat Joseph Parker. Joe Joyce stopped Triple D. Joe Joyce got names on his record, and he got beat up and down. Both times he fought Joe Joyce. That was a good. Though both of those was good fights. There was both good displays. I believe that's why people are starting to talk about Zhang now, because he stopped the juggernaut not once but twice.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we got everybody up, we really talked about almost everything on the fight card. Who do you think had the performance of the night? What you think was fight of the night? And what was like something that was shocking that we saw from the card?
Easy. I would say the fight of the night was definitely Jarrell Big Baby Miller and Daniel Dubois. And the shock of the night was definitely AJ.
Oh,
AJ performing like he performed and Wilder performing like he performed. Those two fights were supposed to be the opposite. We thought that AJ was going to go the distance, and we thought Wilder was going to be an early third round knockout. So there was two shockers. I mean, there was a lot.
Another one, Makhmudov. The dude Makhmudov, the undefeated heavyweight that got stopped by Caballero.
Which one was that?
That was my performance of the night, Caballero.
The
Because
lion.
that was one of the most impressive body attacks I've seen in quite some time. He dropped him 3 times with body shots. The dude Caballero, he fought Mahmoudov. Caballero that looked like a supersized Amir Khan.
Right. Ant just went off on him.
And funny.
Hey, I still don't know you talk. When did he fight? Before or after who? When did that fight take place?
Was it the third fight?
I want to say it was the third fight. I know the first fight was Frank Sanchez.
The dude that
Was
had
the second
lion
fight Opatai?
He was undefeated. They was both undefeated, right? Or no? Hold on, let me look. I'll double check.
That was a
both was
fight.
undefeated.
That was a cruiserweight fight, right? Wait,
Yeah.
Zorro and
hold on. Nah, the heavyweight.
Yeah, Opatai was the Opatai and Zorro was the cruiserweight fight.
Yeah, that was a good fight. But
this one was a heavyweight fight,
yeah, okay. The heavyweight fight, was that the one with the dude lying on his trunk that swung slow as shit, that had the red beard and shit?
Yeah, that's Mahmoudov.
Ain't that Mahmoudov beard, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's the names, man. I don't know the names, man.
He got stopped though. He got stopped.
Yeah.
Mahmoudov, if I'm saying his name right, he got beat by Agit Caballero. They both had.
Yes, that's the fight I'm talking about. Yes, Agit, the dude.
Yeah, Caballero.
The dude that got stopped had the word lion on his trunks. That was a good ass fight, yo.
Yeah,
I like that fight.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Ant McQueen because he
had everybody scared up until that point. I seen a couple of his fights.
He do look like a big Amir Khan. Now I know you're
Caballero. Yeah.
Nah, he said Caballero was the best performance of the night. He said
Caballero was getting busy. The way that's exactly the way you're supposed to do it. You canvas the scene, find a point of entry, and then you just exploit it. Because he started out moving laterally, and he was moving to what's his name's weak side. He was moving to his weak side. Once he peeped that footwork wasn't what it was. it was he went to town after that. Then he hit him with that body shot. See, now he folded up. And as Teddy Atlas always talks about putting water in the basement, he flooded that cat's basement, man.
Yeah.
He dropped him 3 times with body shots.
Then Ant said the knockout of the night was definitely Jay Opatai. He said he hit him so hard he had his wife screaming in the background.
No, yeah. Opatai put him out, man.
Yeah,
and that setup was beautiful, man. The way he started with that straight left hand to the body, got him to drop his hands, and then he feinted him out of position over the top with that looping left hand.
I don't even think he threw a shot to the body last night.
Who's
Just
that?
think about a guy with that kind of punching power with a concentrated body attack, a consistent body attack. If them right hands hurt to the chin and skull, I'm pretty sure they don't feel good in the bread basket.
Nah, right.
See where he hit Fury with them first joints in that last fight. Fury was looking at him like, "Oh, what's going on?" He said, "What's that, man? Body shots, strong, stiff body shots too." I said, "Man, if you could punch the soul out of man, hitting him in the chin, I know you could punch the air out of guy."
He said, punch the soul out of him.
Right, the soul out of him.
But I always say, you know what, man, and I make no excuses, man. Show me another guy that picked up boxing that late, that got a bronze medal, 10 title defenses, you know what I'm saying, that had that level of success. The more you tell me what he is not skillfully, the more you are actually saying about him, because look at the amount of success he was able to, achieve with, picking up boxing that late. He was a whole grown man at that point. Come on, man. That's different, man. He's great, bro. You ain't gonna see another person blaze the trail the way he did it, bro. I'm telling you, that's a special career that he had, despite what people think. Just because he never ducked the soul, he gave you everything in every single fight. He had how many people get stopped and take a guy to court to make sure they get their smoke. Mentality. It's the different mentality. That's why when they put that resume stuff, I always say it's garbage, because show me a person that he ducked that wouldn't be willing to fight, and then I'll give you the resume talk. I don't want to hear it when it comes to him. We could have got AJ. He would have had AJ, Fury, Ortiz, like the most dangerous guys. That's who he wants. So I don't know. Respect the Wilder, man. Everything he did for the sport, he put on, man.
Yep. Y'all know Richard Torres Jr. wants Joe Joyce next year. He said when he was 17, I think they were sparring or something, and Joe Joyce didn't hear the bell, and now he got some serious animosity from that. He said he wants. He said he wants the fair one with Joe Joyce. Some shit must have went down in sparring. You understand me? He said, "Yo, I want the fair one with Joe Joyce next year. He know what's good. He know what happened. You know, sometimes people don't hear the bell, but I'm gonna need my." Yo, and I want to see it. You know, I want to see it. Joe Torres, in my opinion, is a little firecracker. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He a little Tasmanian devil. Real short, don't got no real long reach, but man, he got a lot of tenacity. He got a lot going with him. In my opinion, they'll be two totally different style fights. And I think it will be entertaining. I think the man should get what he wants. I've always been the type of person I want a fighter to get exactly what they want, even if it means the end of their career. I'm not saying this is going to be the end of his career, but I'm just saying, man, I don't care. If a fighter say he wants something, that's just like Shushu just said that he wants Monster anyway. I want it because he wants it. You understand? I don't care if he ain't ready. He think he ready. He be in the gym, not me. I want to see that shit. I want to see Torres versus Joe Joyce, bro. He just lost. I'm more than sure you need a win. Both, I mean, he on top rank. He's undefeated. He's a little name. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, they probably would think that it's an easy win for him. Salute to you, Jay Dixon. I don't know if I said what's up. But yeah, I don't know. They probably think it's an easy win for Joe Joyce, and which he need one because he just got stopped twice back to back from Zhang. Yeah, I'm down. What y'all think about Torres versus Joe Joyce?
I'm right there with you. If he say he wanted, sign the contract.
Sign the contract. Get him what he asked for.
You know how
If
Torres
he
come.
crash and burn, that's on him.
Did you see his last fight? Because of Torres?
I
knocked
did.
out Curtis Harper.
Yes.
Never has he been stopped before that point? I don't think so, right?
I don't
What is
know,
Harper?
man. Curtis had
Ain't
a lot
nothing
of
but a quick Google search.
he
Hold on.
was stopped. He had a lot of losses though.
Yeah. So I was impressed because it took him the last round of his fight to get the stoppage. So
Yeah, Curtis Harper's been stopped 5 times before that.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, why am I thinking that then? What am I thinking?
I know he had a lot of losses. I didn't know when I
didn't know if he
But
got
you know
stopped.
what though? I'm looking at his box rec. Most of his stoppages seem to come towards the end of the fight. Like the last time he got stopped, it was a TKO, but it was in the 8th round, and it was an 8 rounder, similar to what we just saw with Torres. The other time before that, it was Gerald Washington. It was a 6th rounder, but he got stopped in the 5th round. So he seems like he just fades late or something in these fights.
He is
the only time he's got stopped early was against our guy, the New Jersey product, Big Bang Zhang. Zhang stopped him in the 1st round.
Damn.
Zhang stopped Curtis Harper in the 1st round?
In the 1st round. That's the only time Curtis Harper's been stopped early. Every other time it's been either the last round or the round, the preeminent round. Or I should say penultimate. Penultimate round. But yeah.
Yeah, he just raw, man. He just raw. He tough. He like a bull in China shop, man. He just coming in wrecking shit. He come into your house, kick your door in, go in there, fix himself a plate, break your dishes, he in and out. He disrespectful once he get in that kitchen, bro. Get in there and start tearing shit up.
I felt bad for that one guy that he hit off the ropes. Like he was knocked out and he bounced off the ropes and got hit again, and he was on the ground.
I knew that it was employees.
I know what you're talking about.
I was like,
I heard too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say you got to ask Carrie or Debbie that.
Not today.
No, hell no. Tuesday.
That's what he did.
He said Joyce
by destruction. Yo, it'll be interesting to see if he can actually get some hits off Joe Joyce's slow ass without getting hit. It'll look real funny, I'm telling you. Because he's a smaller fighter and he'll be having to move real fast out of the way of slow ass punches.
He got the knockout win over Parker in the 11th, yo. Slow Joyce did. Knocked out Parker in the 11. But why? Because he was letting the hands go. This is why he got him.
Yep.
Phoenix Nunes, what's good with you? Yeah, that's an interesting matchup. When he said it, I was like, all right, let's go. These are fighters, and they men at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
If some shit happened in sparring and he wants the fair one,
yeah, he played fair one. That's real. He want that smoke. He want his fade.
Something must have really got heated in sparring.
You said something about he didn't hear the bell. He must have kept going. Must have slipped in some shots at the bell.
Some free ones. But in order for him to be mad, I'm telling you, he was getting out on him in sparring.
Something,
you understand what I'm saying? He had to be getting out on this dude in sparring, and he didn't hear the bell and got in some shit that he wouldn't have got in.
Right. Or else.
I'm telling you, they admit at the end of the day he won.
Why did he bring that up? You know what I mean? So you're right. I agree. Something had to happen.
You know, he won a fair one. Salute to you, G Cole. What is good with you? And I don't know. I can't find it. I remember I sent you a little video of somebody asking Bill a question. And they basically said Manny Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya, Margarito, Beehive, Andre Ward, Gotti, Leonard Hearns, all had catch weights and all was Hall of Fame fights. And they basically asked why Devin can't have a catch weight. That was the question. And I don't believe he answered it, but that was the end of the clip when I seen it. Salute to you, Dark Kent. What is good with you? Salute to you. Last night was AJ looked good. Wilder looked unskilled. Now AJ has a valid reason. Now AJ is probably licking his chops to fight Wilder right now, in my opinion. I just don't think Wilder should do it.
Not from what AJ is saying. He seems like he wants another title shot. That seems to be his biggest concern. I seen that interview he did with what's my guy's name from Seconds Out, Radio Raheem.
Right.
Well, he can't get a shot until after Fury and Usyk is done. So he got to have a fight in the meantime. So he's licking his chops for Wilder. That's the only fight that makes him money.
Nah, he's actually talking about fighting what's the name too? Fighting what's my guy's name that was on the card last night? Hrgovic. No, Hrgovic.
Yeah, I mean that sounds good. It sounds good to throw a name out there, but you know.
Nah, he didn't throw the name out there. Who did, Eddie? No. The guy that was interviewing him, because he had cleared something up. There was another interview he did where he said at the time, you know, his biggest concern was becoming a titleist again. So he said whoever had a title, that's who he wanted to fight. And it was misinterpreted as him saying that he didn't want to fight Deontay Wilder. He says, I'll fight Deontay Wilder, but if I have an opportunity to fight for a title, I would rather fight for a title than to fight anybody. And that's what Anthony Joshua was saying. So I was like, I got to be fair to him, you know?
Yeah. That makes sense, though. I mean, for real, like, it's a lot. I bet a lot of Wilder fans don't even want to see that AJ.
Do you think he gets up for that fight?
I don't. I'm with you, Ash. I don't want to see it. I don't.
You waited all this time until he looks the way he looks, and now you fight him? No.
Yeah, bro. He done already went through hell and back. And you know the funny thing about this is AJ has yet to fight Fury or Ortiz or Wilder, none of those guys. So like, man, it's just a waste of time. The dude is 35 years old and he still didn't fight those guys. And that was 5 years ago when this stuff started to be talked about.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just boxing, man. That's just what I said, man. Like earlier, Ash, I said, like boxing gonna do the same thing it does. It's gonna rob the fans, and then half a side of the fan base is gonna say, well, my fighter don't gotta fight because he make this much money. You damn idiot. Right. If they don't fight, they not gonna make the money they were supposed to make. That's what's gonna happen. They play the games all they want to play. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do though. I'm not gonna pay for that shit. That's what I'm.
No, but they do have some like opponents though.
Me. Yeah, they got like opponents.
They do have like opponents because
That's cool to have like opponents. I need to have you fighting.
No, I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is just like the whole point that Anthony Joshua still didn't fight these guys like being Fury and Ortiz, but still damn near anybody who was of note, he's pretty much fought them, man. Like Dillian White, Charles Martin was undefeated when he fought him. Dillian White was undefeated when he fought him. Dominique Brazil was undefeated when he fought him. He fought Eric Molina, Klitschko. Tackham's not a great guy, but he was 35 and something when he fought him. He fought Joseph Parker when he was undefeated. Fought Povetkin when he still had one loss. Fought Andy Ruiz twice. Usyk twice. So the man's been getting it. He's been getting it in. So personally, I just don't subscribe to this this notion that the dude is just soft and he don't want to fight nobody when his resume says the contrary: win, lose, or draw.
Right.
No, I'm not saying he's soft. I'm just saying boxing is keeping the best fights from happening. And I'm not for the shit. That's what I'm saying. Boxing is gonna do it. Whether it's heavyweights, lightweights, no matter what weight you go down, we always trying to figure out when can we get these fights. And boxing like, nah, you gotta wait a little bit longer. And then after somebody get beat, then they be like, we might give you this fight. Because all of a sudden during the week of this fight, they was telling us AJ and Wilder was signed, right?
I'm hearing if it's still a 3-fight deal.
Okay,
Like
remember this guy.
Like it's over.
When we
I'm
remember
hearing
this when we originally wanted this fight, Trump was the president, or was it Obama? I'm just asking, bro.
Right.
I'm just making a real point. You know what I'm saying? We the fans. We the ones that's paying to keep the sport alive. If we weren't talking about it on YouTube, nobody would talk about boxing, bro.
I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe it goes back to the conversation you guys were having earlier before I came up here, which was the promotional entities, sanctioning bodies, all of that thing, you know, all of those people, how they're complicit. That's really what it comes down to be honest with you. Because what happens is on one side, if you have, let's use the whole Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford thing as an example, right? Like I saw people giving Errol Spence flack for something he said in that face-to-face with Terrence when Terrence had when he had the red sweatsuit on or whatever, and they met in the hallway. And he was talking about going the easy route. When he was talking about the easy route, he wasn't talking about in terms of competition, but the ease of scheduling. Not easy schedule, but the ease of scheduling. If you got all of these belts already in-house over here at the PBC, it's a lot easier to make those fights happen than it is to negotiate with another promotional entity who also has ties to another network. Because that's typically what it comes down to. It's like, okay, who's going to broadcast this thing? Who's going to put it together? Who's going to take on what responsibility? What are the splits going to be like? When it's an in-house fight, that's a lot easier to make happen. And then also when it comes to the belts, right? If you're able to keep the belts in-house, you're more likely to make these guys fight each other because, A, it doesn't matter if my fighter loses to my fighter. We still have control of the belts, which at the end of the day is also another promotional tactic. You know, if you slap a title on any fight, now it has a little bit more luster on it as opposed to it just being a good fight. Now you can say this is for the WBA regular or super or whatever it is. So yeah, I mean that's what it comes down to, man. If they're able to consolidate one day, I think it would make things easier for fights to happen. But I don't see that being the case. So we're just gonna get more of the same. Some of these guys gotta look at what their division is looking like at the time and see, like, okay, we got all of these good fighters over here right now. This promotional entity seems to have a monopoly on this particular division. We got to go over there. You know what I'm saying? Like they got all the belts over there. We need to go over here. And I think that's what's smart about what Team Haney is doing. Like they keep their options open. They're like freelancers. They're able to move around from Top Rank to the Zone, and they start out on Showbox. Just keep your options open. I think that would be the best thing for most of these fighters to do.
Yeah.
Establish good working relationships and maintain that flexibility.
Yeah. Suit to you, Zach B. Suit to you, Tommy Bundle. Say, face it, these heavyweights just aren't that good. Schaefer's would be undisputed in this era. David Tua would look like prime Mike Tyson today. I think it's a lot of good fighters that have different styles, that they have a little wide range of styles, in my opinion, maybe a little bit more than than back in the day. Right now, today, it's a lot of fighters that fight like they're in small weight classes and they have a very high punch output. It's a lot of big, tall, strong heavyweights more so now, in my opinion, than it was back then. Not saying it wasn't big. I'm just saying it's more big guys nowadays. And the way that they fight is different. You're right about that. I don't think we are going to get that type of those type of fighters in the heavyweight class as abundance as it was back then. It was a lot of good fighters that was willing to fight everybody at that time, and the competition was very different. But I think it's hard for us to compare heavyweight boxing for sure to back then than it is now. And I don't think we're going to get that again. I definitely just don't, because the money is different. You got YouTube, you got a lot of online, a lot of social media stuff, and those things played a big part in what's going on today. And they didn't have that back then. So, in my opinion, if they did, fights probably would have been different then too. I'm not saying that they would have had the heart not to take hard fights, but I think it would have changed the game if social media was so prevalent back then as it is today. I think I missed somebody that came in this.
That's a fair point, Ash. That's a fair point.
Dragon Fang.
And I gotta say, I gotta give my guy, what's his name, so much credit. What's my dude's name? Sonny Edwards. You see the way that he's out and about and making his rounds, and
yeah, man. That's what I said, bro. It's been what? A week. It's been a week. This Sonny looked like he got beat up by 7 different people.
And he's still out there putting his face on the camera, doing interviews, and
Sonny, bro.
He's just active. Yo, I was looking, I said, damn, he still got that nasty ass gash over his eyebrow, and he's still on camera. And that's and I think that's how these fighters would be able to control the narrative.
Yeah.
And dispel any of that other stuff that people say, because that's, you're absolutely right. You know, that social media puts a lot of pressure on people because they get turned into memes and GIFs and all types of shit. Yo, just get out there, show your face, and let people know, like, hey, I shook it off. It's nothing. I'm bouncing back. Just don't slide into obscurity. And that seems to happen a lot of times, man. Like, guys take an L and we don't hear from them for God knows how long.
Wilder versus AJ seem to have the same draw power now. After yesterday, both of them got 3 L's. AJ can now say he wants the winner of Usyk versus Fury after AJ fights another cherry-picked opponent. I think it still had the same drawing power, probably even more, because a lot of people that was in fear of AJ getting knocked out probably don't have that fear anymore and think that Wilder would be the one getting his ass beat in that fight. So it probably does have just as much or probably more, because a lot of people don't like Wilder. It's sad to say that, but people could possibly see that fight just to see him get knocked out.
It's a fair point as well, man. It's a fair point as well. Fair point.
Man, they're gonna hate y'all. It's hating.
In general, don't focus on footprint. It's a lot of hate. It's a lot of hate though, because I mean, I'm not trying. But y'all all know we here to have just a regular conversation about. But I don't think we hating. You know what I'm saying? I know you didn't say it like that, but just for anybody listening, bro, we're not hating on Wilder. All of us like Wilder. We've all been fans of Wilder. This is the same. I remember the video I made after I watched Wilder get stopped by Fury the first time and he was bleeding out the ear. Well, them throwing the towel that second fight. Man, and I was the only one like, man, listen, bro, he needs to worry about his health right now and all of that shit, bro. I was the only one caring about that. It's a lot of stuff that go on in boxing, just like him crying. I did not know he shared a tear after knocking out Robert Lane. I did not know that shit. That right there is very telling. And Queen, bro, you can't.
Yes.
You won the fight by knockout in one round. It's not like you put a hurting on him. You turned his lights out. It didn't even hurt. He didn't feel nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's no reason for you to cry. He's fine. He's up. He's walking. He's fine. He act like he put Robert Alanius in the hospital, like he was in a coma and got carried off in a stretcher. I did not know he cried.
Yeah. Hell yeah, he cried.
Bruh. That is different. And that's you can see that shit. And that's a 100, that's a 180 or 360.
And he was talking about how Robert Hellenius is a good man and all this stuff, which is awesome. I like that he's giving it up. But we even saw the way he's been talking about Joseph Parker in the lead up. I really like him as a person, and he's an amazing human being and all this stuff. And he just seems so zen right now. It reminds me of, I don't know if you ever seen the movie Major League Serrano, the big Cuban dude, and the Japanese dude had to amp him up like, yo, you got no marbles.
Right, you got no marbles, and he kept going like this. Major League,
that's where Deontay Wilder is right now. It's like he's a beast that forgot that he's a beast. Like he's just completely civil and domesticated now. Like,
you know how, when you turn 16, you different. You turn 18, you different. You turn 21, you different. You turn 27, you different. You turn 30, you different. I just think this is at a time in his life and he's different. Like he was who he was when he was a teenager. He stopped being who he was to help his daughter with spinal bifida and became a fighter. He became a fighter in his late teens. You know what I'm saying? He did all of that. I just think in this position of his life, he's changed. Just like everybody changed after years and after things, you just get wiser. I just think he changed, man. It looked like his whole religion changed. That is profound. The man went from screaming bomb squad to serenading people asking for a fight. You remember he was like AJ, and he had the water in the background running. He was like, yes, I would like to take a fight. He went, oh no, it wasn't AJ, it was Andy Ruiz.
Yeah, it was AJ, because it looked like he had matched with a woman on like Match.com, and he was like trying to convince her to go out on a date or something. My man, if we could make this happen, this would just be beautiful for the sport, and let's make history, baby. Come on, let's do it.
Yeah, yo.
My man said, "Woosah Wilder."
He was talking her into keeping the baby. It was like, yo, we can make it happen. We can do this. You don't have to put the baby up.
All right, I'm gonna put this link in the box for you so you can see it, so you can check it out at your leisure. But that's the link. That's the post fight for Hellenius. And it was just like, yo, my man broke down in tears, and he was talking about Hellenius' safety and all this stuff. I said, man, it's a far cry from the guy we got in the rematch for Stavern. I don't know if you remember that lead up, but he was talking about how he wanted to have a body on his record. And Radio Raheem was like, are you sure you want to say that? And he was like, yeah. He's like, right now we at the funeral. We just ain't got the casket yet. I'm like, damn. Now he's like, yo, this guy's an amazing human being. And it's crazy, man.
This not a no contact sport. As I can see, we were talking about soccer. Then the way his religion is and all of that shit wouldn't matter. But this is a contact, full on fight, bloody gourd, supposed to knock you out, and I don't give a fuck sport. Like it's not no. Like and that was his mentality for what 38, 39 fights, 40 fights, bro. When you change that dramatically, and we all seen what happened in his career, you know what I'm saying, when it came to Fury doing his cheating and shit, like, and all the other bullshit that came with it, all the hating, the dissing, the videos, the shorts, bro, he seen all of that shit. Like, and he turned not into a monster. He didn't stay having the same mentality. He switched religions and now is a very peaceful person. That is a lot of the reason on why I say he should just retire, bro. Like it's not there no more for him. And this is in a sport where everybody wanted his head on a plank but couldn't do it because he had the right hand from hell. If he ain't throwing that right hand from hell no more, what's stopping people from going at him? Like, I don't want to see that. It ain't cool. The man is done with the sport, in my opinion, and he should just leave it. Salute to you, King Cherry. What's good with you?
I agree, Ash. And I also feel like that's why he looked a little bit reluctant, in my personal opinion, to let that right hand go. It didn't just feel like he was getting outboxed. Like, especially like when I take everything into context, like the interviews and just the way he's been talking. I don't know if you saw him backstage getting his hands wrapped. My man literally had silk pajamas on, and you know that famous quote by what's my guy Marvin Hagler with the silk sheets. My man had silk pajamas on. He had silk Gucci pajamas on when he was getting his hands wrapped. Before he's just too zen right now.
Damn.
And you can't throw them punches with bad intentions like that. He seemed like he just didn't even want to hurt Joseph Parker.
Yeah, it was the way he was throwing it. Like, bro, you don't even.
No. Couple that with what you
That
said
shit
about
like that.
the press conference that he had after the Hellenius fight. That definitely speaks volumes now, because he didn't have the same type of intensity entering that ring that he's normally carrying when he goes into the ring. And you can't put the right type of intentions on your punches if you don't carry that inside you. And if that's the case, then yeah, he just gonna shut it down. He done gave enough. Like you said, his life is a movie script, and
He can make a movie out of his life, bro. I'm
he
telling you,
definitely
he
could.
would probably be fired. Daryl, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I shouldn't have said that. But I thought he changed religions. Maybe I'm wrong, and he always been what he is. Maybe I'm wrong, and I shouldn't have said that. But it just seemed like a lot changed, and he looked really religious, in my opinion. So maybe he just got more into his religion then. But yeah, Canelo the pajama disease. Canelo walk around with motherfucking pajamas on. He go out in public with pajamas on like it ain't nobody's motherfucking business.
Yeah, yeah. He
Y'all
a
see
different type of
that?
dude. He just don't care. He don't really care about
Y'all
nothing.
see that fight with Robisi when he lost his WBO title to that dude that was 6'1"? I missed that fight. I still missed the fight. Did anybody see that shit? It was 2 Saturdays ago. I said I haven't did a live in 2 Saturdays. That's why I'm asking.
So Espinoza, I didn't watch it either. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I only saw bits and pieces
Yeah,
of that top rank card. I didn't watch the whole card.
because it was on when Devin Haney and Regis was fighting, or I believe the fight happened directly before their
Yeah, it
fight
was
happened.
around the same time. I was tuned into the zone that night. So
Yeah, I was watching the zone. Yo, he lost his title to somebody that was 6'1" and had a 6-inch reach advantage on him. But he dropped the dude that he was fighting, and it looked like it was going to be at the end of the fight. But he ended up stopping Robisi in the 12th, I think. That shit crazy to me. When I heard that news, I was like, man, y'all need to go back and see that fight. But like I said, shit happened and I couldn't go back and watch it. But I'm gonna go back and watch that shit. I see a lot of people missed it then. But let's talk about
Okay.
let's talk about Devin real quick, man. Let's first talk about his fight real quick. The first Breaches program. All right. I watched the fight. I thought it was entertaining. I watched the whole fight. I didn't pass out and go to sleep or nothing. I was entertained while I was watching it. I think and don't get me misconstrued when I say that I think Devin Haney beat that beige fighter red out this bitch. Bill took the attention off the fight with him talking about Tank, but at the same time, man, Regis, bruh, Devin beat the sport out of Regis. It seemed like. How did Regis get out of the fight talking about he really want to be an MMA fighter, bro? Did y'all hear him say that shit? Did y'all hear Regis say he wants to go in MMA after losing to Devin Haney?
Yeah, I
yeah, I
definitely.
heard about that.
I seen it.
Who told him that? Have y'all ever heard him talk about MMA before that time?
Not that I can remember.
Yeah, I've never heard him say anything like that. I don't know what happened. Yeah, it's just like you said, he
How do
beat the
you
fight
lose
out
a
of him.
fight and get out of it and immediately talk about going to another sport? In my opinion, Regis, you were looking for a way out, bro. I'm not saying you didn't try, even though it looked like you didn't. That's not what I'm saying. Because nobody's just cool with just getting punched in the face unless you're over the sport, unless you're just fucking over it. But at the same time, I'm gonna talk about the fight. All right. Regis Prograis, in my opinion, I said he was going to lose the fight. I said the only thing he can do is keep up with Devin Haney. And he couldn't even do that. He couldn't even keep up. He didn't throw enough punches. He didn't throw, it was no caution to the wind. There was no urgency in that fight and no round, in my opinion. He didn't charge at Devin Haney. He didn't try to do anything slick. He didn't do nothing. It's like he sat there and waited for Devin to do something that he wanted him to do, which was stand still and get closer to me, which is very idiotic, in my opinion. When he dropped Regis Prograis, I think speed had more to do with the power. And I said that because Regis popped right the fuck up like a bunny. Okay. So it's that I don't think it was the power that dropped Regis. I think it was a combination of the speed and the fact that Regis Prograis is a very flat-footed fighter and he got knocked off balance on his ass, in my opinion. Okay. I don't think Devin Haney just is a now power puncher. I don't think that he got power like that. I think his power raged because he went up in weight, which is supposed to happen. He's a fighter in magnificent shape. Okay. When you look at him, you look in magnificent shape. Of course, he's going to get stronger. He's a bigger person now. But in my honest opinion, I don't think that he turned to a very powerful person. Okay, or else he would have stopped Regis or did more than just put some red marks all over his face. But I think Regis Prograis should do what he said and stop boxing. I don't think he should retire, but I think since he said that, maybe you should. If that's really how you feel, you don't come out of after talk. You kept calling Devin a little boy. You kept saying he didn't have no power. He didn't have this, that, and the third. You really went in that fight and did absolutely nothing. You got dropped and didn't even care, it seemed like. You didn't get up and do nothing. Not no round after that either. You didn't attack. He attacked almost everybody he fought besides Zorilla and probably one other fight, but he attacks everybody. There was no attack happening. And it's nothing. Devin Haney wasn't using excellent footwork. We seen better footwork when he fought Lomachenko. It was nothing, and I understand it's because Lomachenko got good footwork and was moving around also. But what my point is that we seen Devin do extraordinary shit with his feet. He didn't have to do none of it. He was standing directly in front of him, but just he was just controlling the reach. He was controlling the distance in between them both. But did I see him double jab and actually cover distance when he double jabbed? No. He just double jabbed the same way he did Zorilla. When it comes to styles, it's a bad style matchup. He can't fight nobody that don't stand directly in front of him for him to hit. And if what's his name? When he fought Josh Taylor, if Josh Taylor would have used his mobility and moved around, that fight would have been one-sided as hell. And we would have seen that Regis Prograis ain't that guy. But at the same time, man, looking at the fight, he did a good job. But like I said, man, this is when it came to the champions besides Rolly, bruh, he was probably the easiest fight for Devin because of styles. He's not a fast mover. He's everything that the Haney said he is. He don't really have fast hands. All he got is pop. He don't have good feet. He's a stationary fighter. His defense ain't all of that. He's all of those things. And my biggest problem and qualm is the fact that he's not an explosive fighter and he has no arm reach. When fighting somebody that has all of those as their top 2-3 things that they do well as a boxer, is no way that Regis was going to win that fight. So that's just how I see it. Salute to you,
indeed,
Miss Knockout Boxing 86 TV. What is good with you, Queen? Happy holidays. So go ahead, Cuzzo.
No, I agree. It's just that type of style that Devin possesses is always going to give Regis Prograis issues. No version of Regis would beat a Devin Haney. He just don't have the style. The feet would always be a problem for him. Only thing he could do is make the fight a bit tougher, but I don't see too many scenarios where he he beats him, especially seeing how the fight actually played out. Yeah, just stylistic, nightmare for him.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I thought that he would do a little. He would acquit himself a lot better in the ring than he did. I also didn't think he had a chance on winning a 12-round decision against Devin.
Hmm.
To say the least, I did not think that Devin would be able to control the fight as effectively as he did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was shocked with that. I mean, he
Yeah.
definitely showed a lot more than what I was accustomed from seeing from Devin. But he definitely, like you said, to your point, Ash, he didn't do very much. Didn't have to do very much to
win.
do what he did. I mean, because Regis was just there, and he followed him around the
They're
whole
going
time,
like this.
doing
Fighting
that
at the
double
wrong
J.
range.
What you call that
Right,
double
that
jab
line.
pump fake?
Yeah. Fighting at the wrong range the entire night.
And my man Ant, I mean, he said that he should have made him he should have just went and fought a counter fight,
Like,
a
what you
counter punch fight with him and try to
Mm-hmm.
make him come to him because chasing him wasn't going to work for him
Mm-hmm.
at all. And I don't think he could ever get to him. It seemed like Devin just was too quick for him, too fast for him. He was off balance, and like you said, he was punching at the air,
at the
and
air?
that more so than anything just looked bad. And I don't know how you can leave the boxing ring and you got thoroughly whooped, and then say I'm going to go give MMA a chance because man, they
Yeah.
It is, and you're not explosive, bro. What are you gonna do when somebody jump kick with a right head kick, a jump head kick towards you? What you gonna do, bro?
yeah, that's a whole different brand of fight.
Bro,
Right
what are
there.
you gonna do? What you gonna do when they kick you in your legs?
Yeah, that's tough.
He said jump kick with a knee to the forehead.
No,
Like,
yo, no bullshit. That's what they be doing. Superman kick, Superman punch, no back, swing back, bow. Like, yo, he gonna get knocked the hell out. I'm telling you that.
yeah, because in that fight with Fury, my man did a Superman punch and landed on Fury. So he ain't used to seeing stuff like that come at him.
There's some killers at that fight at 140 over there.
Yeah, for sure.
It's killers. They gonna kick the temple right off of Regis' head. No bullshit. Yo.
Kick the temple off of.
That shit will fly into the ring and shit. Somebody pick it up.
Yeah.
Got his temple
I'm
out there.
telling you, I'm telling
Make
you.
boxing look bad, bro. I'm not with it. Not with that shit at all.
Yeah, you better chill on the MMA.
I did a quick little Google search. Apparently, this is something that he's been talking about for some time.
Mm.
I always got to do a little quick little Google search. All right, so apparently, apparently he did some training with a couple people because his wife is Brazilian,
Yeah.
so he's been doing a little bit of jujitsu on the side and all this other stuff. And I found some interviews, and this was like from June. He was already talking about this. He was like he sparred with Nate Diaz and a couple of other people. So I don't know how serious he is about it, but apparently it's something that's been on his mind for some time now. As
I
far
thought
as
he
him
was
and Devin are concerned, I
thought
don't think he
cared
should have
about
what's the
money.
name chased him around like that. I don't think he should have
Yeah.
chased him around.
Yeah. Devin didn't even use all the ring though. He used like 40% of it.
Yeah, he really was boxing his head off.
He really didn't use that
And
much.
didn't even have to go against the ropes. Like he
Nah.
manipulated the middle of the ring the whole night.
Salute to
He
you,
was
Thomas
allowed to
Lewis.
do so.
Salute to you, D, for the win. Salute. If Bud say it ain't for boxers, none of them should try it. Stop it, bro. People really say I'm not even gonna go on Bud, bro. Stop. I'm not even gonna go on Bud. But as far that was just a bad stylistic matchup for Regis program when it comes to Devin Haney, man. And what do y'all think? What do y'all think is the reason why Devin is talking about 147?
Two things. Maybe him being, gaining the weight like the way he did and already having a little struggle. And, obviously, again, with the name that you threw out, it's like you'll be picking on another older guy, trying to get another old guy. And that's why people had that,
Come on, Keith.
Yeah. So, and I'm telling you, this conversation is more real than what people think. I'll just say that. I know a thing or two about that, but they ain't just.
What about him and
him and Devin being more of a reality than people think. If he was to actually go up there, at least it was a real conversation about it. I'll say that for sure. So that shit to me is, I don't know, it'd be like people gonna feel like you're avoiding the absolute very best at 140. Because listen, Regis was a real dog, a real opponent. I give him all the credit for it, but I think there's still far tougher challenges out there for you simply because people have better feet, more educated feet than Regis program. Like just to throw a name out there, just imagine, Gary Antoine Russell matchup. His feet are educated. You're not gonna tell me you're not gonna be able to close the gap. You won't be able to box him 12 rounds that way. You know what I'm saying? Even with Matias, you can get it all from him for a while, but if you pay attention to his feet, he closed the gap surprisingly fast, man. And he generate that power with them short shots. He don't need much. He just needs
short shots.
Tell him your chin, man, and he could be very dangerous in there. You get what I'm
saying?
That's
one thing. Matias don't telegraph shit.
Nope.
Pay attention. Nope. You don't. He could be right here and be like, "Bap, bap, bap, bap." He'd be like, "What the fuck?" And that shit be hurting the shit out of him, like
hurting people, man.
Breaking you down. And
I ain't saying he can't win none of those fights. I'm just saying I believe those are more entertaining or possibly tougher matchups because of those guys having feet that's educated enough to be able to close a gap. If you can't do that with Devin, he's going to beat you up. That's something that you can clearly see that he's disciplined enough. If he has to fight you in that manner and you can't close the gap and you don't know what to do, how to get in there and get your shots off, then he's gonna beat you up. Simple. But I think, like I said, those guys' feet are good enough, I think, to be able to close the gap. Teofimo is actually a pretty athletic guy. You know what I mean? He has feet good enough to be able to box. That fight would be another fun fight. Gary Antoine Russell got that kind of style where he don't let you sit back and just pick your shots like that. It won't be that way. You know what I mean? It'll be tough. You know what I mean? Same thing with Matias. Like that pressure going to be constant. And you better hurt him because if not, he's just going to keep coming. And again, once he get in there and he gets some shots off, it get tough. So,
real quick,
some tough matchups at 40 for him. Entertaining, and he'll have a chance to win them all. If you know what I mean?
Very entertaining.
Given night, but they tough.
Something to add on to what you just said, because that's part of it in my opinion, yo. Well, the main part of it. That's why I think he's calling on Keith Thurman, because what's the thing that's been said about all the fighters, Shakur, Tank, Devin, a lot of the fighters, they say their competition, they always fight somebody that don't have good feet, right?
Right.
And he just fought Lomachenko, you know what I'm saying? But Lomachenko's the smaller guy. And you can tell it's evident with him moving up in his very next fight, him fighting, being in the ring at 160 some pounds after fighting at 135 versus Lomachenko. Him calling out a welterweight and a name like Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman's not flat-footed. Keith Thurman has good feet. But the one thing Keith Thurman is aged. He's aged like a glass of dirty wine, not clean shit. He's aged like a glass of dirty wine. He's not the same fighter he used to be. And Devin is probably going to be on his, how Danny Garcia got good names at 140 because all of them was on their way out. They was past their time, even though they were names that he stopped. So and just straight up put on his resume. You know what I'm saying? But I look at Keith Thurman as one of those guys, one of those type of guys for Devin Haney, just like Regis. Regis is an older guy that's past his time. but he's a name because he was a champion twice at that weight class, a full 140-pound fighter. You know what I'm saying? That was known to put up good fights, but just didn't put up one against him. It makes sense for me. It makes sense for them to call out Keith Thurman at a bigger weight class because Keith Thurman fought the likes of Manny Pacquiao. Keith Thurman has a lot of names on his resume. Keith Thurman has been known to have good feet. So if you go up and beat Keith Thurman, then nobody can ever say that anything about his resume. That's why, in my opinion, and coupled with what you were saying, is why he's calling out those names at 147. I think when it comes to Barrios, I think Barrios would just be a highly entertaining fight, regardless of what the Haney's or Devin Haney fans might say about Spanish or Latino fighters. They know that's where the money at if they fight them. They know that's where the turnout is going to be. They know if they fight them, that's where their views are going to be. So, and that's the same sense. If he do go up and fight Barrios, watch the turnout for that fight. A lot of people is going to watch that fight. Barrios has his own fan base, and fan base did not get smaller after he fought.
Right.
Davis. That his fan base got bigger. I'm a fan of Barrios now. I heard a lot of people that didn't care and didn't know who Barrios was. They fans of Barrios after seeing that fight that he put up against Tank, regardless if he lost or not. Like, right. People can respect it. Yeah. So if he go up and he fight both of those names, in my opinion, I understand it. But at the same time, that's where I say it's things that you said in other interviews that come back and bite you. Because his own admission, you can't fight Barrios because Barrios was food for Tank, so he got to be food for you. All right. So you basically told everybody that not to give respect for Tank beating Barrios, even though, bruh, how can you not give Tank for beating Barrios, bro? Did you even see the fight, Devin? Jesus. But at the same time, you can say that he's not. A matter of fact, I'll find it and play it. The people that didn't hear it. But Ant McQueen and Thomas Hill, what do you think about Devin calling out fighters at 147 before actually getting his teeth wet at 140? And let's keep in mind, 140 is stacked. The shit is deep as hell. It's like 18 names that's at 140 pounds. And a lot of fighters are freaking undefeated. Even Devin can fight 5 undefeated fighters back to back to back to back. You can't bat an eye at his resume or at the people he's fighting at that weight class. Let me know, Thomas and Ant, while I pull this shit up. What y'all think about Devin practically talking about fighting fighters at 147 after only having one fight at 140?
You know, I think you and Just, you both covered a great aspect of it. I think the size is playing a huge factor in it. I think, like you said, the name it's like you get a great name, but not a great risk. So I'd rather take that risk to add that to my lineage and say, like, I fought. Who else can say that I fought these type of fighters? So that plays a big part. I think at 140, like you said, I mean, it's real threats there. And you said you made your career bashing somebody for not making big fights, not caring about the belts. You said that all you want to do is unify and become undisputed in every single weight division, where you got now fighters who have belts that are a big time threat to you. And they won't be easy to navigate. So I think that plays a part in it. And I think that as you were speaking on about saying Barrios, that's a great fight for Devin. It's a great fight. It was a great fight for Tank. The thing is, like you said, it was what they said with Ryan. Ryan is now a super fight, but for Tank it was exhibition. And those are the type of things that I don't like. Why do you disparage one fighter to build your stock up? Your stock is being built on the merit of your own fights and the victories that you achieve in the ring. And let's just keep it that. Let's not put somebody down to elevate yourself. But it is a good fight. And he is definitely not flat-footed. He is a lot aged. And we don't know how effective he will be because he's been out the ring for a while as well too. But it's definitely a big name on his resume, so I could see why he would want to do it as opposed to put that record on risk and in jeopardy by fighting those them heavy killers and hitters at 140.
Hey, I'm right there with all three of you guys. To be real with you, yeah, I'm right there with all three of you.
Right. Thomas just hit that joint right on the head with that, man. Again, you got to be careful what you say. Some of them interviews come back to bite you. Some of the things you say come back to bite you, man. And you just, that's why I'm all about giving credit where it's due. Because you ain't got to double back and, you know what I mean, look crazy after you say something. You keep it consistent. You get what I'm saying? Because I know for damn sure if you fight a Ryan Garcia, I'll watch the fight. I'll be entertained by it, I'm sure. But I'm damn sure going to call it Exhibition 2.0. Oh, we're calling it Exhibition 2.0. And I ain't letting you forget. You fight Barrios. I just don't see how I'll watch it and be entertained by it. But I have something to say because I had something to say when a certain somebody fought him when he was undefeated. So again, if these fights weren't good, when a certain somebody was fighting them while they were undefeated, then I don't know how they're great fights if you're fighting. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Yeah.
The biggest fight, again, man, you know where the biggest fight at because you keep saying it. So, I mean, either do it or just the 140. I mean, I just hear a lot of talk, man. I just want to see what's next. You know what I mean? I can't get credit for fighting 4 guys when you only could fight one at a time.
That's a fact. Salute, Bull. Whatchamacallit, I don't know if I seen you on this joint. But as far as your question, Gregory Pratt, hey, bruh, I felt like that about a lot of these young fighters. I think a lot of them, if they were any type of friends at any point in time, they said they probably said, even in a joking way, that we'd see each other when we get big. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see what's wrong with that as long as you plan on fighting each other. Especially if y'all two friends, why would you want to go at each other? Wouldn't you want it to be a big fight? Everybody's seeing how they did it in history. As history shows, big fights happen when a little bit down the line, 16, 20 22, 30 fights down the line, you know what I mean? Especially if you friends, there's no need to go at each other's throat. Hell, you see Alicia Baumgartner asking for a fight with Carissa Shields, and they friends, and Carissa Shields was looking at it like, she being disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more than sure fighters do have conversations, whether if it's a serious conversation or they saying it with a little giggle under their throat. It's not far-fetched for them to say that, we'll see you down the line when we both get a name. It's understandable. But this is what I wanted to play just in case anybody didn't hear what Devin Haney thoughts was after Gervonta Davis beat Barrios. And when I played this on Fanon's channel, with some people in the chat saying that the video was 5 years old and and all types of shit. Barrios didn't fight Tank 5 years ago. Okay, it's obvious, but people are upset that I played the video. I didn't say anything. I just played the video, and people was upset at the video. You know what I'm saying? It's not a secret. This is an interview that he had, and the interview was all over YouTube. Everybody's seen it. Some people made a video about it. I was one of those people. But this is what he said about Tank's win over Barrios.
What he had to do, he went in there and did what he was supposed to do. But it's just funny to me because why skip a whole weight class? The guy is 5'5". You're not even a real 135 pounder. All the 135 pounders are bigger than you. So why skip a weight class and go up to 140 for a secondary belt? Obviously, because you've seen that Barrios was food. He knows that at 135 is smoke. It's realistic at all. Everybody heard what Floyd said. Floyd said that they only going to fight PBC and Mayweather Promotions fighters and yada yada yada. guy. So we see what it is, and you just got to read between the lines. He's not going to any real competition. Anybody who's was be a threat to beat him. Barrios, no disrespect to him, but they built him up for that opportunity, that fight right there.
Well, that's what I was saying when I say it's some things like you can think what you want at one point in time. Does that happen a little over 2 years ago? I believe is when that fight happened, and that's when he was asked. But the fact of the matter is that you're at 140 and you called out Barrios at 147. You understand what I'm saying? Like, bro, out of everybody that's at that weight class, like, just like you remember how Ryan said he'll fight Tank, but it's got to be at 140. And they was asking, why do you want to fight Tank, basically? And he was like, because I feel like if after I beat him, I'll become the face of boxing. I feel like that he's the only one that will give me the respect I deserve after beating him. That's what Ryan said. It's the same type of thought process when people go up in weight. Like you just heard what he said about Tank. He's not a real 135 pounder, and he should have never been at 140. But yet you see him trying to make Tank fight at 140. Like it's a lot being said right then and there. And all Devin did in the last 2 years is get bigger. His size. All he did was get older. All he did is get bigger and get harder for him to make weight. This is not the opposite way around. This is not like, oh, well, Tank could have fought him at that time. And that's when he said it. And now you playing this video, because this is what the people were saying in Fanon's chat. Now you're playing the video now that he can't fight him, bro. This is something that he said 2.5 years ago. And if he felt that Tank wasn't a real 135 pounder, then in his eyes, Tank couldn't fight him then either. The fact of the matter is the man himself says and admits that Tank's too small. So why try to make him fight at 140 without any type of clause? I just said to you that the fighters Manny Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya, Margarito, B-Hop, Andre Ward, Gotti, Leonard Hearns all had catch weights. Floyd Mayweather, the list is long. All of these fighters are great fighters. They're Hall of Fame fighters. They're greats. They're legends. Some are legends in the sport. If they can take a catchweight fight, so can he. And even if he don't want to take a catchweight fight, why would somebody that just said those things out of his mouth be cool with fighting someone that small and he's at 165 pounds in the ring during the fight? We all talk about how fighters will price themselves out. You can't price yourself out when it comes to Gervonta Davis. It's too obvious on what you're doing. So he's saying, I know he's too small to even be at 135, but he's going to have to fight 140 with no clause, even though I'm talking about fighting welterweights. And in the same sense, if you can say Tank's already fought at 140 so he can do it again, this is the same man that said Tank can fight at 140. He can do it again. That's what Devin said. And you just heard what I played. He don't even think he should have ever fought at 140. But since he did it, yeah, I'm going to make him come up and do that, bruh. To be 100% honest, who in my chat, who on the panel can honestly say that they'll give Devin more respect for beating Tank than they will give Devin for beating Boots? Who gets more respect? Do Devin get more respect for beating Boots, or does he get more respect for beating Tank? We're talking about Tank being he started at 126 pounds, got a title at 130, title at 135, fought one person at 140. And when he got that title, people was calling him a nobody. Oh, Barrios is a nobody. Oh, that's a little baby title. That's not even a real title. That y'all heard him. They say Tank's not even a real champion. You have to ask yourself this shit. It's the same thing with Ryan Garcia, acting like he can only get respect if he beat Tank. Bruh, if you fight at 140 and fight Matias, I bet you they'll give you respect. I bet you if you would have stopped ducking Devin and fought him and beat him, they would have gave you respect. Tank is not the only fighter in the world, bro. He's not the only fighter to fight if you are around 160 pounds. He's not the only guy. Truth be told, because Tank's never been labeled a cheat code, and because he don't have the size and the reach and the height to match Boots, Boots is the actual guy that you'll get 1,000 fucking credit off of, not Tank. And that's not for everybody, but it definitely is for Devin Haney. Devin is big as shit. Why would somebody be like, oh, well, you get more credit for fighting Tank if you beat Tank? I thought Tank don't have no accolades. I thought he wasn't a champion. Y'all talking about strictly about numbers? Y'all not even giving Tank full credit about numbers. I hear people saying Devin had better numbers when he fought Kambosos in his fucking country, in his continent. Just to be clear, I'm gonna ask that question, and I want to hear it from the panel. Would Devin get more credit if he beat Boots or if he beat Tank?
I don't know. That's a tough one to answer, to be honest with you, because I feel like there's an argument that can be made on either side from detractors. I guess it just depends on who you ask, really.
I would say Tank because of that one being more realistic to me. If I had to say which fight is more likely to be made, say if you had to pick and that was the two choices, I would definitely say Tank would be the likely choice. So I would say he would get the utmost for dethroning him.
Man, tough question. I mean, the more formidable matchup for him would definitely be Boots, because Boots is a naturally big guy, whereas Tank is a naturally smaller guy. Tank just so happens to carry a great amount of skill that he doesn't get credit for, and a huge amount of power, which he doesn't even get credit for in that regard as well, too, because people always try to detract from it and say it's not that powerful. But it's precise and it's all of a sudden, so it has an impact no matter what. I think for myself, a fight at 135 for Devin is not a fight I'm interested in. And that's the only reason why I say that. I know that Tank definitely is the A side, and I know that he definitely has the board scales on his side of the weight on the side of his scales where he can actually command more in the bargaining process. But I do know that at 40, the fight can be made. I think that he should not be able to be allowed to balloon up to 165 in the ring the night of the fight. I think a same day weigh in with 140, whatever they agree upon is the rehydration that you can go up to, it would make for a great fight if he can do it. I don't think he really wants to fight Tank, though, honestly. I know a lot of people say Tank don't want to fight Devin.
I don't think he wants to fight him either.
He doesn't really want to fight Tank. He just uses Tank as the leverage he needs to do what he's doing the way that he's doing, like as far as navigating. They are strategic and meticulous in their matchmaking and who they do to gain notoriety. He's getting more respect fighting people that are quote unquote too old, yet Tank is too old to have fought nobody. And the people he's fighting against are technically 6 years older than he is, but that doesn't seem to matter. So it's like, no matter what happens, it's going to get played out a certain way. And the only way it plays out the way that we get to see it play out is in the ring. And I'm hoping that they can come to a compromise so that we can have that fight. I don't think he has a chance against Boots at all. I don't really believe he has a chance against Tank, but know against Boots.
That's what I'm saying. If he has a percentage to win against Tank and no percentage to win against Boots, then if he beat Boots, that's more credible than beating Tank. Just period, point blank.
Oh, that's a fact for sure.
Just it's no, because he don't want. If y'all think that he can beat Boots better, I mean he can beat Boots over Tank, And I understand why you would say that. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all think that ain't no way Devin's beating beating Boots, then y'all are just being a real boxing fans. You're just looking at the reality of the situation. But what I'm asking is, which one would he get more credit if he won? The fact of the matter is that he's closer in size, and it'll be a more competitive fight from the outside eye if he fought Boots. The fact that we know boxing and we know who Gervonta Davis is and all the backup and lead up of the shit, and seeing that it's more likely to happen, I understand why y'all are saying that. But to be honest, y'all know for sure y'all would give Devin a bigger percentage to beat Tank than Boots. Everybody up here would say that.
No, that's
I
a
know I'm
fact.
more than sure at McQueen. I'm more than sure at Cuzzo. Both. If y'all had to put money on Devin winning, y'all wouldn't put it on him beating Boots. Y'all would have to put it on Tank. Because Boots is just a harder fight. They both stylistically, and the size, you can't use size when it comes to this fight. People are using, like, when it comes to casuals look at the size advantage that Devin has and be like, well, yeah, that's why they say, yo, Tank's little and all this other shit. You're still talking about his size. Him being little isn't about his boxing skill. You know what I'm saying? That's how casuals look at this shit. Y'all ain't casuals. So you're looking at it in a realistic stance. But I understand what you're saying and shit. Yeah, but Tank, like when it comes to Tank, man, if you can't beat the man at his weight, in my opinion, I'ma still say that, bruh, you still gotta show me something, bruh. You can beat Tank if you can fight. If you make Tank go up to 140 and you go in that bitch and you're 165 pounds and you end up eking out the fight, I'm like, bruh, you understand? I'm gonna be like, but could you fight him at his weight class? If not, then the fight shouldn't have never happened. As far as him fighting at 147 versus Keith Thurman, I would love to see that fight. Because I think the buildup would be
really
fucking
like
hilarious. I think the buildup would be hilarious. I think Keith Thurman talking to Bill Haney that would probably, as far as fights in the States, that would probably be his biggest turnout if he fought Keith Thurman.
Yeah, it would be epic build up for sure because Keith Thurman is witty as hell. He can talk with the best of them.
Yo, I'm down with that though. I'm down. I'm cool with him fighting at 147. I'm cool with all of it. The only problem I have is the fact that y'all can try to make Tank fans upset about Tank being short, but yet try to ignore him being too short to fight at 140. That's the only thing that's pretty annoying, is the fact that people aren't ignoring his size because they try to make you, I don't know, not a Tank fan just because he's short. I don't know what people are trying to do by keep talking about how small he is. But it works both ways. The door swings both ways, bro. If he's too small to fight, he's too small to fight, bro. Don't try to turn him into a coward and be like, oh well, yeah, he needs to stop. Like he needs to stop. Devin needs to stop being the bully and all this other shit. Like, bro, he's not even being the bully. Like, y'all just need to if the fight happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and just be cool with it, bro. Like, it's that people just don't know how to just be okay with a fight not happening. It's fine. I don't think the fight should be at 135 pounds. I don't think it should be at 135. I don't think Devin should fight at 135. But at the same time, if the fight's going to be at 140, then it should be IBF rules, in my opinion. I don't know why everybody is saying absolutely no to same day weigh-in. Why is people saying no to that?
Because we've gotten so accustomed to seeing otherwise for the past, 20, 30 years now. Because the last time they were doing them same day weigh-ins, it was in the 80s. I think the last time was like 1983 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Might have been like 83 or 85, around that time. And we've gotten so accustomed to seeing guys being able to just rehydrate
So what is it?
Crazy.
So it's the day before weigh-in or something? What is it? The morning of weigh-in? Because
Yeah, if it's same day,
IBS
it's the
had it
morning
for a
of.
while when Earl was a champion, and that's what Tank and Ryan did, right? Didn't they? You only could be 10 pounds heavier the
Yep.
night of
Only
the
10 pounds. Only 10 pounds heavier.
yeah. So I mean, if he came in at 165 versus Regis. If the fight was at 140 and he can only come in at 150 that morning, that doesn't mean he'll be 150 when the fight starts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He'll
you
probably be
know.
more than that. You know what I'm saying? I heard Robert Garcia say actually you can gain quite a bit of weight within that time period. I heard him say that shit. You can gain quite a bit of weight in between the morning and the night of the fight. So it's not like if you want to use your weight, then okay, you need to be 160 pounds. But if y'all don't see Devin using his weight, then what's the big deal on him saying no to having any type of clause?
No, you're right about that though, Ash. Because I'll say this, and we were having a conversation before. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Coach Eddie over on. We went to hangout, and we were talking about the weight of a gallon of water. So let's say you drink a gallon of water from the
Yeah.
morning time to the night. A gallon of water weighs damn near 9 pounds. It's like eight point something, like in terms of pounds. How much a gallon of water weighs? So if you drink a whole gallon of water, you could put on 8 to 9 pounds in one day just drinking a gallon. But that's just water weight.
And that's not even food, right? That's not even protein that you putting back in your body.
Yeah, that fight
Makes you
against
ask
Regis.
why. It makes you ask like, why do you need that much weight? You know what I'm saying? Like Barrios did it. Barrios was big for being at 140 pounds, man. He was big for being 140. He was 6. He was 6 foot tall. He looked big as shit in there when
Yeah,
he
he
fought.
did. Yeah,
He
he
was big.
did.
Yes.
I remember when people was calling that fight, they were laughing at the size. They was like, look how small Tank. Everybody said, look how small Tank is when they called that fight. I watched 5 people call that fight. I done watched that fight a bunch of times. That fight is highly entertaining to me. But
That's
at
a
the
great
same
fight.
time, bro, no. He was big as shit in there. He stopped everybody that he fought at 140 besides one person. Bruh, like, nah. I would love to see that though. I would love to see Barrios fight Devin. It's just Devin just
Ash, what I
Devin
think it comes down to ultimately with the weight thing is this, and we've had this conversation before too, Thomas and Cass, myself, right?
yeah.
I'm not sure if you ever seen that interview that EJ did with the Pivot with Ryan Clark and the rest
Yeah.
of them dudes. He had that whole segment where he was talking about being disciplined. And oftentimes, you got a lot of fighters that are disciplined when they're in camp, but then when they're out of camp, they're ballooning up. And that's where a lot of that conversation around walk around weight comes into play. What do these guys walk around at? And I think with some of these guys, in order to be able to enjoy the lifestyle that they want to live outside of camp, that's where that whole rehydration thing comes into play, where you can just drain yourself, cut the weight, rehydrate, as opposed to just being year round with it, where you're just disciplined, whether you're in camp or out of camp, and staying close to the weight that you campaign at. Because if you stay close to the weight that you campaigned at, you wouldn't have to drain yourself. You know what I mean? Like, let's say if you compete at 140 and you're walking around at 150 or something like that, then it's not really too much weight to shave off when it comes time,
Yeah.
to fight. But if you're walking around at 165, 170, and you got to cut 30 pounds, you're damn right your body's going to be emaciated. You're going to be weak as hell. You're going to have to rehydrate to a crazy amount of weight. So I think that's what it comes down to. Guys got to stay disciplined in between fights as well, not just when they got a fight lined up.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Devin's always been known for his discipline. especially since he made that weight for as long as he did. Because in my opinion, I thought that he should have moved up at well over 2 years before he did. But and I thought that for a couple of reasons, coupled with the fact that his father admitted years ago that Devin was killing himself to make weight. And since he said that, I was like, bruh, I knew it. Like, man, because he's really big, man. You can tell by his structure. And he was cut. He had to be cutting muscle because the older you get, you're supposed to let your body flow out. You're supposed to let yourself gain weight as your body sees fit, you know what I mean? And he was cutting that every time just to, to become what he was at 140, 135 and being undisputed. So, it was a lot that he was sacrificing day in and day out. And, it's cool if you want to, and that's evident because right when he moved up one weight class, moved up 5 pounds and he looks so much bigger now. You know what I'm saying? Like a totally different person now. So, you could tell that his muscles in his body needed that. But how do y'all think he fares at 140? And because he is a bigger guy, do you think he should one and done at 140 and campaign at 147? Or do you think he should stay at 140?
I think it's up to him and how he takes care of himself in between fights. Because that's the one thing I will say is during his time at 135, there would be times where you would see him in between fights out at different social events or whatever it was, and his face looked super duper full. So to me, and I'm not knocking the guy for enjoying the fruits of their labors or their success, but ultimately it's a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? It's a lifestyle. It's not just a career thing. So again, it's like you got a lot of guys who are disciplined when they have a fight lined up, but then in between, it's like, yo, I'm a, do whatever else. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be any extracurricular things such as drinking or indulging in drugs, but it could just be, you're not adhering to a strict diet or you don't have a regular exercise regimen or something like that. But then when you get in camp, then it's like, all right, I'm dialed in for 8 weeks and then I'm doing what I got to do. So I think it really just depends on his lifestyle outside of it. And again, just to reiterate, I don't necessarily mean extracurricular stuff, but just how he eats, how he exercises. We got a guy like Bernard Hopkins. The man is damn near 60 years old with a 28-inch waist. That's why they started calling him the alien because of his discipline. A cheap meal for Bernard Hopkins is peanut butter and jelly on wheat bread.
Damn.
And the guy never had a nutritionist. He was on that chicken and broccoli every day type of thing. He had that mentality and that discipline that he had developed and cultivated from his time being in Graterford, being locked up. You know what I'm saying? So he's a very regimented person. And everybody's not like that. But, you had the guys of the past that were like that, like Marvin Hagler. You even look at a guy like Floyd Patterson. Floyd Patterson was fighting at heavyweight, but he was coming into the ring at 185. So to me, that shows that this is a guy that's, whether he's got something lined up or not, he's working like he's got something lined up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's hard to be that way when you got the type of money that these guys are making. Dev just made what, $5 million his last fight? I'm pretty sure right now he's trying to chill out. You saw him yesterday. He's out there in Saudi. He's probably having a good time, eating with his excellency and all that stuff.
Yeah,
it's not easy to do.
Yeah. Because old Thomas Hill, what y'all think? Y'all think he should stay at 147 or stay at 140? What's the better fights for him that's winnable? Better winnable fights that didn't add on to his career. In my opinion, I think he can do both. He can do either one, not both at the same time. But I think he should stay at 140, yo. No bull. I think he should stay at 140. I understand he's size enough to fight at 147. I believe he got enough skill, but I think 140, the guys that's there are all young, talented fighters, and they're damn near every style is at 140 pounds right now. I think he can fight some old names at 147, and just to get old names on his resume, kind of like Danny did at 140, but I don't think he's ever going to get undisputed at 147 as long as Boots is there. I think 140, you got you got Rolly, that has a title. Like you got Tio. I think the fights is better fights for him at 140, better winnable fights at 140, and more entertaining fights at 140. What you think, Thomas and Cuzzo? Salute Flawless. Max G.
Yeah, but he better. I think 140 is where he should stay. I agree, because I think 47, even though weight wise he could be there, his father said they can fight at 54 right now. So
oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, coming in at 165, yeah, I guess
right.
so.
Right. So I think stick around at 140 and see if you can, solidify the division. You got some real meaningful fights there. And I think because a one and done at 140 it'd be wild. So I expect to see him at 40 again. I think you talking all this Ryan from Tank to Subriel. I think Sandor Martin mess around and be next, and that's just what it is.
I think that'll be a good fight too, yo.
Sandor I'll watch it.
A lot to prove. Sandor Martin got a lot to prove up against anybody up against Devin should know this is the fight of your career right now.
That's a fact, Ash, and I agree. It's a great fight. I think it's a really good fight, and I think it's a fight that's mandatory. He took the fight with Regis knowing that had to be the next fight.
It's a mandatory fight with Sandor Martin and Devin because he has a W. I'm asking, is it a mandatory fight?
Yeah, because Sandor had stepped aside. He had stepped aside so that they can make the fight with Devin. So the winner knew that no matter what, they had to fight Sandor Martin.
But that's who they were talking about when it was like they have a mandatory. I didn't know who they were talking about. See, I wasn't listening to the fighters. I was listening to somebody short. Somebody made a short video and said that shit. But okay, Sandor Martin is a mandatory fight. That'll be a good. I think that'll be a good fight. Isn't Sandor Martin? Didn't he halfway drop Tio twice, and they just didn't call it a drop?
Yeah, he got. I think he got credit. Didn't he get credit for one?
He got credit for dropping him. I didn't know he did. I thought they all said it was a slip. Yo, Tio got dropped 3 times. He got dropped in his pro debut. You got Cambosis, and now Sandor Martin. Fuck out of here, bro. I didn't know they counted it. It did look like he dropped his ass twice though. Straight coming in. Sandor Martin is a professional back foot counter puncher.
Yeah, he definitely got credit for one knockdown. It should have been 2. Though.
Big facts. That right there, that fight was a check hook clinic. I was like, man, if I see this guy get check hooked one more time, like I was hilarious after that, man. Watching how many check hooks he was landing.
Yo, right. He was on the back foot countering the shit out of Tio the whole damn fight. And Tio kept jumping in too, like he didn't learn. Like he was like, I'm gonna catch him eventually. And it was kind of shocking. I was like, Sandor defense on point,
Nah, he's smooth, man. I haven't seen the check hook implemented that efficiently since maybe like Floyd versus what's my guy's name? Ricky Hatton.
Yes, I remember that.
That was a check hook extravaganza to the point where he check hooked him right into the damn turnbuckle. His head bounced right up. That's what Sandor Martin was looking like. Martin, I should say. Let me give that man his accent on the I. Martin. Sandor Martin.
Sandor Martin. I would love to see that, yo. But yeah, I think we all agree on that one, though. I agree that he should stay at 140 because it's a lot of undefeated. Like, bro, yo, Brandon Lee is still undefeated at 140. You hear me? You understand? There's names at 140 that he can fight. They got 20-some fights and they're undefeated fighters, bro. Like Devin can fight Brandon Lee, bro. Devin can fight Brandon Lee. You got Kenneth Sims down there. These are all undefeated fighters, bro. It's a lot of undefeated fighters down there, man. It's a lot of different styles. It's a lot of styles that's straight up boxers like he is, boxer punchers. There's some straight punchers up there. Salute to you, Tyler Cunningham. Salute to you. Salute to you, Royal Constrictor in the building. What is good with you? All right, we finna get on up out of here. It's been 3 hours, bro. I know we got foosball coming on. Bruh. I wanted to salute everybody from coming out here. Oh, let me say real quick. I now have another favorite fighter at 140. I like Roland Palenko, yo. Palenko, was that his name? The one that beat Keith Hunter's ass in that last fight 2 Saturdays ago on Top Rank. Did y'all see that fight, yo? It was the same card. It was the Top Rank card that was happening when the Zone was fighting, but the Zone didn't have no undercard the way Top Rank had an undercard. I believe Shushu was on that card as well. Man. But y'all need to check out for Roland Palenko. He fight at 140. He's 5'10. I believe he's 12-0 right now. 7 knockouts. Dominican fighter, 8 knockouts because he stopped Keith Hunter. But bruh, that's one guy for y'all to check out at 140, man. That's a fighter that's gonna be a problem. That was good. Yeah, that was a good fight, yo. Salute to everybody that came in here. Salute to the panel, everybody that hit that link. Salute to you, Thomas Hill, Cuzzo, Just Do. Salute to you, Ed McQueen, y'all. Salute to everybody that came in here. Happy holidays. All right. See y'all next Saturday, every Saturday, yo. Sub to the people that's in the chat that comes to the building. Sub to Just Do. Everybody should be sub to Just Do. I don't know if you sub though. I haven't seen you in a little minute.
You said, but I heard you.
Yeah, yeah. I think everybody in here already subbed to you though, Cuzzo. But yo,
Hey.
everybody.
See y'all next Saturday.
No. Before you get off though, just man.
Oh, that's how that shit be happening. Because when you press the little leave button, that shit gives you like 5 seconds, but you can't say or do shit about it because you already hit leave, yo. But salute to everybody that came through the live, yo. I'm gonna start dropping a link more often. So
fantastic show, Ash. Fantastic.
Right, yo. Thank you. Definitely appreciate it. It's 3 hours long today because I wasn't live for the last 2 Saturdays and we had some shit to talk about. But
you was at that slow cooker.
Right. Happy Christmas, yo, to everybody, man. I hope everybody's ready for tomorrow. Salute, peace, love, and soul. See y'all next Saturday, y'all. Holla at you.